Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm on some bullshit.
Welcome to the Technical Difficulties Podcast. I am your brother Fam this evening. Brother Brock is over there trying to figure life out. Nothing? You can't hear me?
I can read you. Shit.
Nigga, can you hear me?
Audio. I know just about him.
Hey man, that's how we start the new year off. I ain't gonna let I'm just muting broccoli so he don't say nothing crazy. We all live. We live, Charlemagne. But that being the case, welcome. You know what I mean? You had 2 weeks of pre-records. I hope y'all rock. The response seemed like y'all rock with those last two episodes.
I'm
back
in and shit.
My man, you can hear me?
Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
You can hear me now? No, not at all. I tapped him all the way out. Hold on. We do got my nigga Rimrock Fit in the building. What's going on, brother Rim?
What's going on, Killer? How you feeling, man?
Things are very well. Things are very well. Happy New Year to you. Apparently, per the
Thank
internet,
you,
this is the last day we can say that. Apparently, is that
what
the internet said? Don't you? If this the last day, nigga. If you ain't seen me, you
oh,
just ain't
because
seen
you too far in. Gotcha. I was about to say, damn, next year niggas can't say Happy New Year.
me. What I'm saying, I don't know. You know what I mean? Good God, you like
Yo, why the internet always trying to cancel everything, though, B? Like,
the internet wants you to be on the right side of the timeline. Timeline ain't even got to be right.
yeah, you just got to be with them.
So, it's funny you bring that up. This ain't the sports episode at all. But, of course, everybody saw the young brother from Buffalo take the really bad hit. Well, it really even wasn't really a bad hit, just an unfortunate hit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like it stopped the man heart for a second. They got him back. You know what I mean? And XYZ. And a few days later, things are progressing the way that folks would want them to, right?
Right.
But the big conversation this week wasn't even after, after things started going the right way. The conversation seemed like it became
Skip.
Skill.
Yeah.
Skill.
Can I finish my monologue? Can I finish my monologue, man? God damn.
Brother Kill, what's going on, man?
What's good, man? What's up with you? The Dallas hat is throwing me the upside down, man. But what's the science behind that?
That's it's Dak and Benvenucci, who was one of the million quarterbacks that tried to fill in when Dak was injured a couple of seasons ago. They got a brand called, I think it's True Brand is the name of it, and just it's the flip on the popular thing is to have the hat with the logo flipped. I know a lot of folks got the Chicago joint like that, and this is just the cowboy version of it.
Okay, that's what's up.
Kill, what's good, player?
What's going on, baby? Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you too, Ken. Hey, I don't mean to break your word, but real quick, man, I really appreciated that post with your daughter, man. That was you probably like, which one? Joint where y'all was in the car. It's the last one you put up. Y'all was in the car. I think y'all was going to. Was it music y'all was listening to? Was it joint you just put up with
you
about
Timberland?
A Timberland, yeah.
Good looking, man. I appreciate that.
So yeah,
man.
I just like to see black men with their kids, man. I got a special place in my heart for that. So keep putting that content out. Sorry to break your word, fam.
No. That's listen. So it's because we're talking about the timeline right now, brother Kill.
Okay.
And I know you don't care, but there is a great deal of folks who believe that you need to be on the right side of the timeline. No matter, it don't necessarily have to be right or wrong, but you're supposed to be on the right side of the timeline.
Okay.
And this week it was, so of course, we all saw what happened to the brother in Buffalo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with his emergency on the field, and then the back and forth going on with that. But then we all saw the Skip Bayless tweet.
Bullshit.
Right? So I saw the tweet and I saw the people in an uproar. And The uproar was righteous until I got to the last sentence of the tweet.
What was the last sentence of the tweet?
So the last sentence of the tweet was, but all of a sudden, that feels unimportant. Like basically saying, because he started going off back and forth about, you know what I'm saying, what happens, this is an important game, X, Y, Z.
Right. Yeah.
And which, if he left it at that, I was like, come on, nigga, it's a guy hurt. But he, at the last sentence, he says, you know what I'm saying? He says, this is all unimportant now. Right? But no,
so then why write the tweet?
But it's the same, it's all in the same tweet.
I'm saying why write? That's like a nigga saying, like, I don't want violence, but yeah, what was the point?
The point of the tweet was to kind of capture the severity of, or how important that game was, but how much even that much of an important game would pale in comparison to what's really going on the field. Now, I am not going to be one often to cape for Skip. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a scumbag. He's been disrespectful to a brother Shannon, and you know what I'm saying? Okay, shout out to Tony. Okay, but I think the point was it was the wrong weird tweet by the wrong weird person at a terrible time when everybody was upset about one thing and wanted to be positive about it, but he's easy to shoot at. Skip easy to shoot at because if he catches straight, don't nobody care.
Yo, that's a bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry. That's the way that gotta be said.
No, I agree.
I do feel your point, like, you know, with the whole last sentence, but to me it's just like with the brother Tonio. I hope I'm saying that right. I agree with bro. Like, minus the tweet wasn't bad part. I just think it's unnecessary. Like, why even say, like, yo, this man almost died? Why the fuck are you talking about this was an important game and all this? It's just stupid, bro. Shut the fuck up. Be worried about this man life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just my take on this. Kind of corny. But I always thought it was corny.
I don't think it's corny. I think the thing that I've come to realize is that some people are just assholes. That's really just the morals of the story. It's like, yo, you know, some people are just assholes, and you know, Twitter gonna tweet and assholes gonna asshole. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you just come to expect that. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, when somebody like Ron Artest would get called for a tech, and maybe it wasn't warranted, but it's Ron Artest, nigga. It's your background. You know what I mean? Refs are gonna fly off of what your background is, and Skip is an asshole, and I expect assholes. It's like getting mad at the devil for doing your job. Like, nigga, you supposed to fuck with us. Like, it's your job. So, you know, it's like you would really have to. Skip never has shocked me. Like, I don't think there will be ever a time where I'm shocked by anything Skip Bayless does, say, do, or anything else. Because, I mean, he's just an asshole. It's like Joe Buttons. Like, Joe said in like a rhyme once, he was like, dog, I've been this way forever. Like, y'all keep waiting for me to change. Like, nigga, this is me. You either like me or you don't. You know?
Do y'all think he get a certain level of like leeway though to be
Skip?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, I just seen people get fired for
less.
You know what I mean? A lot less infractions.
His behavior is the draw. That is why he's there.
That's what I mean.
So I mean, he does get leeway for that. And I mean, he's a white man, so you know,
he's a white man. And they also, because they had other black guys there that kind of ruffle feathers and shit for less shit. It's like, nah, pack your bags. Like,
I forgot, wasn't it Rob Parker? He used to be on ESPN. He got fired for saying
RG3.
Right. Like something about he came in the bar. This is just barbershop talking. I remember Stephen A was like, bro, like, chill. He was like, nah, cause blah 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 blah. And, you know, but it's like with Howard Stern. That white dude says all kinds of crazy shit. Been saying it for years. It's like, you know, like Fam said, he the draw, and it's like, this is what we hired you to be an asshole. You know, to
that's
me,
another bitch ass nigga too.
You hired Joe Buttons. You are hiring him to be an asshole. You're not expecting Joe to be, and that's going to be the draw. So we can't fire you because, nigga, you the draw.
Yeah.
And so that's a great point. He on Fox too. You know what I mean?
Stephen A is another sucker, like, because I just feel like any black man he goes at. But any white boy, he be quick to defend. Jerry Jones.
That's
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? Even Skip, he defended this bullshit. Gonna say some crazy shit like, I would never blast a man for his opinion, but you blasted Kyrie Irving? You bitch ass nigga. I don't know. I don't like these dudes.
That's his job. That's his job there. You know what I'm saying? That's his job there.
Right. But then again, it's like that's the flip.
Watchdog for anything that could be remotely said in that way and shit. Like he's like kind of like the watchdog and shit for that.
Right. I'm just saying keep it consistent.
What I'm saying is I'm not mad at him because when I watch that show, I know that's why he there. You know what I'm saying? Like Shannon Sharp, on the other hand, he gets up there and tries to like toe the line between saying something that's real and heartfelt that's gonna resonate with the black community or whoever he represents. You know what I'm saying? But then he still got to be like, you know, I got to take this professionalism off and shit. I mean, like this nigga was about to kill Skip that other shit when he told him Tom Brady was like, like he really fighting with, really trying to represent where I'm from or who I represent, and then you know what I mean, and really trying to be up there talking to this goofy ass shit. You know what I'm
Shannon should have did Skip like Flacco did. He should have told that nigga I need my fade, man. Real talk, respectfully. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the hard part is, man, like I always tell people, everything in life is a gift and a curse. And the gift is being on ESPN, but the curse is being on ESPN. Disney owns it. So we get on here and talk shit all day long because we ain't got no money. Second that money come rolling in, nigga. Yo, what y'all said about what y'all was talking about such and such the other day ain't gonna float. You know what I mean?
Unless we own it.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
unless we own it. That's what. But even like putting shit on YouTube, I tell people you don't own that.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? I mean, at
the
end of the day, like, and that's why I never got the whole Dame Dash. You got a boss, nigga. You all got a boss. We all got bosses. You know what I mean? Like, Bad Boy was part of Arista. You know what I mean? So it's like you always got somebody to answer for. You are an entrepreneur. You don't have a board to answer to, but the people you serve are the people you answer to.
But let me ask you a question. Did you go ahead, Brock? I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
I just want to ask about the comment. What's SAS?
I believe Stephen A.
Smith.
Oh, all right.
Kill with the Dame Dash thing. Did you understand? I get it if you taking him literal, right? Like the point you made. Everybody has even if you own your own business. I own my own business, right? But my clients are my boss, essentially.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but I didn't take what Dame said literally. I took it more of him saying niggas need ownership, at least a piece of it. He was trying to explain to Hot 97, y'all, none of y'all own shit in here. You know what I'm saying? So if you owned a little bit, at least.
But he also said, he directly said, if you work for somebody else, you're a sucker. Like he directly said that. Like,
but I was thinking he was saying as an employee, like this person hired you as an employee for their company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes back to who it's coming from. Dame is an asshole. We're right back to the asshole. So Dame's an asshole. So if somebody else would have said that, if Jay would have said that in a more, I would say Jay and Biggie Jay was more political. You know, when you think of and Warning, same song. It's just Jay is very more political. You know, you're switching. Don't do that. And Biggie's like, nah, motherfucker, C4 to your door. Like, it's very in your face. Like, same thing, niggas coming for us, but I'm gonna do it this way, you're gonna do it that way. Jay would have said it like you said, like, hey man, I just challenge everybody in here, all these numbers y'all bring into this radio station, man, look into ownership for yourself. Where Dame comes in like, yo, all you niggas out here with balls, fuck y'all sucker, y'all bitch ass niggas. It's like, well, goddamn, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So
Dame trying to switch them high tops.
Oh my God, I just seen that the other day talking about we sold out of what? This shit? Who brought these? Fucking Stevie Wonder's kids? Like nigga,
what, he got a new shoe?
Yeah, he got some new sneakers out.
Let me see what the fuck they ain't.
That ain't worth you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You want to buy them?
Damn, everybody that said I don't even do it, bro.
You out. I was just gonna say, like at the end of the day, like with Dame is not like up there to make some like general statement and shit like that. I'm not trying to shoot him no bail, nothing like that. But what I will say is like, just like Kanye, you get a random ass motherfucker that years down the line, you say, oh, they made some sense, but they just up there being emotional, saying wild shit. You know what I mean? So if we got something from it either way,
is that the shoe?
Yep.
This an upside down Puma sign.
No. Put that in the trash, yo. Put your phone in the trash now. Put your phone in the trash. It's contaminated, yo.
Oh my God.
That shit look disgusting, yo.
That nigga done stole the Puma sign, bro, and flipped it upside down.
Yeah, that nigga done made some of my poons. Back with poons.
Yo, that nigga got some cheaters, man.
I think it's really whole time. Yeah, fastest land mammal, baby.
Some mongooses. Got the mongooses on.
Damn, yo, like that's how it's going these days, yo.
I think everybody's kind of trying stuff, right? And I think Dame is one of those folks that since roc-a-fella has kind of just been like, well, let me see what's up with some movies. Nah, I'm gonna do a bunch of lawsuits. Those didn't pan out. So now it's like I think he just out here kind of trying to get to it the way he can.
Yo, like Jay-Z said it best, yo, that fame, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been like saying Rothstein instead of food and beverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people that stay.
Nah, y'all ain't about to do my man like this, man.
I'm about to do your man like that, but I love it.
Well, goddamn, bro. Tell us how you really feel today,
bro. That ain't all Dame's fault, bro.
No. What I'm saying is that's such a prophetic line. You think about how many people that was behind the scenes and still have a career even bigger to this day that are still not chasing like fame and shit. Jay-Z explicitly said it himself. Like, you don't got. I can't think off the top of my head of whoever else was like a behind the scenes person. Like TDE, you don't see Top Dog and shit in the videos. You don't see
all on the record dancing.
I ain't never seen Tony Draper to this day. I don't even know.
But you know what the thing is, Brock? Everybody has a different personality, and the thing is that Dame's personality. Dame is the type of personality that you could be like, "Yo, Dame, I'll give you 50 million, but we can never hear from you again." Or I'll give you 10 million and you could try to flip that shit and you can keep being Dame. And Dame would take the 10 million. See, that's a personality thing of people who want the limelight. Me, I'll take that 50 million and be out. But that would kill Dame. That would kill Dame to just have to be quiet because that's not him. You know what I mean?
Is it fair that you take the good from what Dame did, nobody criticize him? Good meaning like when he in them meetings at Def Jam screaming on niggas for Jay-Z. Like,
but the problem with that is but that's half of where his problem was. Because
understandable.
The thing is that those people in that the people in that room are now executives who don't want to fuck with Dame because they remember the way. Because here's the thing, you could do good business without having to come in and scream on everybody. The way that he would talk to Kevin Lyles was literally like, dog, like this is the head of Def Jam. Like, dog, you can't talk to people like that. But Dame felt that he was untouchable. You know what I mean?
Jay.
But that's the thing. But the bad part is that that's when the only my beef with Dame was that, and it's not even a beef. He just never, in my opinion, learned to separate the street from the business. And even with me, when I was at EAA, I got fired because I cursed out my boss. I wilded out on that nigga because we was cool. I thought we was cool, and he was trying to switch my schedule. I wilded out on that nigga. He fired me. And I was like, damn, man, because I thought we was cool. We could talk like that. And I was mixing the street, what I could do in the street, to what I could do in the business room. And a lot of people, a lot of black men, we lose jobs that way because nobody taught us, yo, you can't react like, and I'll never forget, I called my man Ralph, like, yeah, I cursed out Max. He was like, you did what, nigga? Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yo, you can't curse him out here. I'm like, nah, that's Maxie. He cool, man. We good. No, he wasn't. Nigga, I was unemployed. And I think that that's the thing with Dame, that Dame took the street mentality into the business. And that's what became his downfall because, like you said, when he was fighting for Jay like that, he was fighting for his artists because that's the only way he knew how to fight for his artists. Right. So again, it's not that the what was behind the words was bad, but the way he put the words out to people.
But I think you're thinking about like backstage time. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying go back even further. when they was going to labels and nobody was taking them niggas. When
Right.
Dame ain't just start acting like that, like you say, that's his personality. He been
Right.
cursing niggas out since day one. If you was cool with it then, and that's what got you there, I don't see how you just flip on a nigga and act surprised when he doing it on when y'all on a major level. Like
But
you
remember,
accepted it then.
Power dynamics, man.
But they started rock. You know what I mean? You got to remember that they started rock.
Power
That's my point.
But what I mean is then when you sign the Def Jam, so you start roc-a-fella, Reasonable Doubt was on Priority Records first.
Right.
You know what I mean? It
Right.
started bubbling. The joint for the Nutty Professor soundtrack, Ain't No Nigga.
Ain't No Nigga.
Got involved. Now you're going from free, Priority to now you're going to Def Jam. And Dame's behavior didn't change. So at the end of the day, I mean, I know people came to Jay and was like, yo, your man is holding you back. And I'm not saying Jay did right by Dame either. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing an interview with Bleak, and Bleak would be like trying to give Dame shots, like, bro, like, yo, chill the fuck out. Like, I'm trying to throw you some warning signs. So I'm not saying Jay-Z is scot-free.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
I think what happens over time from Reasonable Doubt on Priority to the Ain't No Nigga record to even as far forward as Volume 3, right? Is those power dynamics change. Jay was a rapper, just a rapper nigga at first, the drug dealer rapper.
Jay-Z the rapper nigga?
Right. The nigga on the boat. So so then you get to a point where he goes from just a rapper, a street rapper, right, to a nigga that got one of them. He had one of them records, right, with him and Fox, and that went crazy that summer '96, which follows it up with that great album, and then come down the road. Now it's Jay-Z becomes Jay-Z by that third album. First, I don't need Dame, right? That's first. I don't need you. Now, I don't know when they became friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming they wasn't hanging out in Marcy projects.
No, they became friends through the business when Clark Kent had, because Dame and them was managing Original Flavor. So Clark was like, yo, Dame is making these moves for these Original Flavor niggas, which is why Jay was on the Can I Get Open with the Original Flavor. And then it was like kind of like on some managing him type shit. And then it kind of morphed into that.
So what it becomes is
all right.
We get in with like friendship or whatever, and then I mean you get in with like a just a surface level meeting and it's regular business, and then all of a sudden you supposed to just be best friends. I know it was painted like that, but Dame eventually outgrew his usefulness. And if you're not my man, you know what I'm saying? I can't. And didn't Dame? It wasn't Dame had like he beat a little accusations or something right toward the end of things going sour. Like weren't there something people were saying or whatever that he may or may not have done?
That's a million things they said that nigga may or may not have done.
And but that's when Jay Moon walked like, oh nah, me?
Nah, Brock.
Oh, Brock.
Can't hear you, bro. But I mean, honestly, to your point, bro. Oh, go ahead, bro. I know you're trying to say something.
I'm saying, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, cool, go ahead.
To your point, bro, I was just gonna say, like, the way Kill say Dame brought street shit to the business, I feel like Jay forgot about the street shit and only focused on the business. What I mean by that is, like, to me, I really hold loyalty near and dear. Meaning, if y'all my bros, if a situation presents itself to me that will put me in a good position, but it's going to negatively impact one of y'all, I'll pass on it.
Oh, hold up, yo. I mean,
but at all the level, it's levels to all of that.
I got something good for you, bro. No, Brock, but I got something good for you.
Bleak's still around.
Let me say this at the end of the day, and this is where I stand, this is where I'm going to finish and shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we only judging this whole interaction between them two off of like probably 2 documentaries or something like that. We don't know what the fuck is going on. From all I know, I didn't even know that Jay-Z was fucking with Aaliyah and he was fucking with Aaliyah too. we don't know what the fuck was going on behind the scenes with these two brothers. You know what I'm saying? So, and we don't know what the nature of their relationship was. But
that's the thing that I was gonna say, Brock, because again,
that's what we saw.
To me, they didn't grow up together. Right. You know, this was more of a business. Now, I understand 100% what you're saying about loyalty, but I think the thing that it's this Jay documentary, and I'll try to find it. It was on YouTube, and it was like, I thought it was going to be some BS doc, but there's some real people like that in it. And the thing that I took away from that about Jay is that Jay is very much like Marlo on The Wire, meaning he's going to get with you, he's going to get what he needs from you, and he's going to leave you the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Jazz talked about that. Like, in watching the documentary, you kind of just saw him just hop from person to person to person.
You can just look at his life.
But once I watched the documentary, it kind of made sense. It's like Marlo needed Prop Joe. I'm going to get with Prop Joe. Now I'm going to kill Prop Joe. I'm going to get with this person. I need that. So it's like that. That's Jay's mentality. When you think about Jay from an industry standpoint, nobody is still there. The only nigga who's still there is that nigga Tata, who he grew up with.
Bleak's still there.
Bleak. But again, Bleak
watching Bleak watching the baby right now.
Yeah, but again, Tata is in a nice position. I don't know if Bleak is running Rock Nation. Tata is good. Bleak is okay. I don't think Bleak is where Tata is. He could neither here nor there. But what I'm just saying is, like you said, that's your loyalty. You know what I mean?
That ain't a good nigga though. I wouldn't want to be. If a nigga came up to me, I met him, and he like, I use niggas for what they.
I think you're missing that fine line of like, yo, where they your niggas in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like Tata.
I get that.
Tata's still there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bleak is still there. He still gets money. Like long as I'm alive, he's a millionaire and shit.
Right.
Well, maybe that was what it was in the beginning.
That's the only thing that I'm saying to me is that here's the thing. I do believe that there could be loyalty in business too. So the thing is, we're not just acting like Roc-a-fella. Again, this is what I mean. Everybody's personality is different. This is why so many people have fallings out, because all four of us may look at things four totally different ways. If we are all in business right now, where's Buffy as a record label? You see what I'm saying? We're a record label. And to me, then I still have some sort of loyalty to tell y'all, yo, Spotify is offering me my own deal over here. To me, now, fam, you may feel totally different. You may just pop up one week and be gone, and we be like, yo, what the fuck happened? You know. But for me, if we're in business, there's still a sense of loyalty there that I need to give y'all a heads up. Like, yo, fam, the way you kind of wild on the podcast show, cats ain't really feeling that right now, man. Niggas may be trying to get rid of you, whatever. I know somebody else who will be the exact opposite and be like, nigga, fam know what the fuck he doing. If he can't read the room. I've been in too many situations and I've heard every reason, aka an excuse on why not to give a nigga a heads up. That nigga can't read the room. That nigga don't see the execs ain't talking to him no more. That person ain't doing that. Now for somebody else, that's stabbing you in the back. Again, my personality is gonna be like, look, we in business together. There's some type of tie there. So again, I can't, like you said, Brock, we have no idea. I
think it falls into the same thing that y'all was saying, though, is the difference between street and business. Because the first thing that really pops up with a business is some niggas is your homies, and that's fine. But some niggas is just your business partners. And if they are just your business partners, like them niggas not coming to your mother house. Them niggas is not, they not coming to your house.
Do your business partners, do they deserve a heads up that you're about to leave and dead to business?
Deserve is interesting. I think my personal feelings is like, don't hold nothing back, tell them, because to keep your hands clean. But I guess it boils down to like what is this code of ethics based on? You know what I'm saying? Because the right or wrong of it is tough to say. I can only say what I would do. And I think that is the discrepancy here, is that if people feel like they can say, well, I did what I was supposed to do and my hands are clean, a lot of folks are okay with just that. And some people, you know what I'm saying? Niggas love to say, oh, he grown. Like you said, he know what he doing. But at the same time, I think it's when there's a combination of business and homies, things can easily kind of get.
Yeah, it's like Gangstar said, BI versus friendship. It's a fine line. For me, my biggest thing, and I always tell Nate is, like, your name means something. Like, I'll be on some Margo shit, like, my name is my name. I never want anybody to be able to say anything negative about me. I want people to be like, oh, you know Kill? I want to be in a pie. I don't want to be like, oh, fuck, you know Kill? That nigga? Like, and again, now there's somebody else who don't give a fuck. Like, yo, I don't care how you mention my name as long as I got that bag. That's all I care about is the bag. You know what I mean? So again, it's even when, like, one of my homeboys wanted to do a movie about Cool C and Steady B, you know, the whole bank robbery thing in Philly or whatever. And I was like, all right, well, you know, let's work out the business first. And he was like, why are we working out the business first? You know, we could deal with that later. We ain't even wrote nothing. I said, I just want everybody to understand what's going on. He's like, well, we going to split 50-50. And I was like, yeah, we ain't going to split 50-50, my nigga, because you had an idea. That idea is not worth 50%. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come up with the characters. I'm going to have to be the people reaching out. I'm going to be the one who's writing every day. I'm going to be the one who's doing X, Y, and Z. Like, it's not going to be 50-50. You know what I mean? And then it was like, then I found out later on, he's like, oh, yeah, well, me and my man had the idea. And I'm like, now we trying to split this shit 3 ways. And I was like, yo, I'm going to just, you know, just bow out. But a lot of people don't want to take care of the business first, which is the most important, because I don't want you thinking. This happened one time. My man hit me with an idea for a script. I was like, okay, we gonna split it 70-20. And he was like, God damn, nigga. And I'm like, yo, you had an idea. Nigga, you told me, here's an idea. We got 4 niggas. They gonna start a podcast called Where's Buffy? And they gonna go on and do great things. That is worth 20% Because guess what I gotta do now? I gotta come up with the characters. I gotta come up with the names. I got to come up with the storylines. I gotta sit here and write a 158-page script. And you tell me we gonna split that 50-50? Nigga, that ain't 50%. So a lot of times people don't want to hear the business, and people will say, oh man, that nigga killed. On Twitter, I was saying this. Say fam a rapper, and we do an album. He was like, yo, we split it 50-50. I'm like, we'll split it 50-50 if all I gotta do is make the beats and you write the rhymes. But if I gotta make the beats, mix the album, do the album cover art, shoot 3 videos for it, and promote it, nigga, that ain't 50-50.
That's fair, but I think for me, the disconnect come where I don't separate loyalty and friendship and loyalty and business. Loyalty is loyalty, period. So if we in business and I say, like how you just said with the script, and I say, cool, fam, I'm fine with the 70-20. And then I take the script that you write and go shop that shit with somebody else. That's disloyal. Same like you do in the street. So for me, I do appreciate what you did though. Like, you got to the business conversation first, because I need to know that when I'm in business with people. I need to know how you feel about like how you said, if a nigga get the Spotify deal, I want to know the person that would be like, I don't really think I need to tell you that. I want to know that up front, because I don't want to do business with you. Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I just stay away from people like that, because I know I'm the type of nigga, I'm not going to see that right. Hey, we going to have to run that fade, like, because that's not respectable to me. I really put a lot of emphasis on loyalty and honor. And if you're a part of the team, I feel like you got to ride with me till the wheels fall off, because nothing is good all the time. Right? It's going to be some hard times. So, and if we can't get through that together, then fuck it.
Let me ask you this. Say it's a situation where you come together, whatever, like this, right? We come together like this, and consistently there's something that Keel is doing that you know is a detriment to what it is we doing, right? Every week he calling people from whatever community, whatever kind of slur that is, right? And
you gotta be me. I'm the one. Like, I'm Kanye now. I'm Kanye and Kyrie put together. Thanks, man. Pick on the newest nigga on the team. I get it. I'm getting hazed. I get it. I throw it all on me, bro. I get it. I'm the cousin who is saying, I'm the cousin who got the 8 over school. Yeah, it's cool, man. I get it. I gotta do more chores than everybody else. I get it.
Conry.
It's
East, nigga.
Right.
But so let's just say, you know what I mean? Kill is wilding out consistently,
Right.
and we like we say, hey, Kill, yo, you gotta chill. He's like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, my bad. Come back next week. I'm tired of these, right?
Right.
At what point is his repetition of that behavior the same amount of disloyalty as not necessarily telling them or not? You know what I'm saying? We told you once.
Here's the answer to that.
That's good.
If Kill was my man before we started this podcast, and he always used that slur, whatever it is, and I ain't had no issue with it before when he was doing that, Remy wouldn't get on the podcast and be like, hey, bro, you gotta chill with that. Because I accepted it then. So I would accept it now. But if he didn't do that, and I felt like it was detrimental, like you say, to the growth of what we doing, then I would say, all right, bro, we're gonna have to cut ties because we don't see eye to eye on the morals of this. Like, because if we see eye to eye, then I really wouldn't even have to tell you this. You would clean it up yourself. You know what I mean? So that's just how I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of wobbly, yo.
I mean, I've been around 41 years. I ain't got no real business, right, so I've been doing something right.
No, what I'm saying is, in the sense of like when you're talking about the other shit or whatever, like somebody should give you a heads up and all this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're talking about beforehand, like the person that's saying all this crazy shit on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I could have not let this person on the show and all this other stuff, but who knows when they're gonna fucking, you know, act like that and shit. Like,
Right.
I mean, that just, I don't know.
Me,
like,
it could go either which way. Because what Remy's saying is like, yo, if you know Shorty a hoe, why you gonna marry her?
right.
That is really that simple. We make this real simple. We ain't even gotta complicate shit. If Remy's like, if I know Kill was always talking about the Jews on the corner, why would I put this nigga on?
Why would I even put this nigga on the air?
It's simple. You should not put him on.
Hold up.
But here's the thing:
your loyalty made you put him on the show and shit.
No. Here's the thing,
that's
bro.
stupidity.
Here's the thing, bro. I can't do that with you because to me, that's that conversation of loyalty. Me saying I can't put you on the show because I had somebody on my show, and all we used to do was butt heads. And for me doing 889, I'm very much in good radio. I'm always like, we need good radio. We need us arguing for 2 hours is not good radio, bro. Like we can't do the show no more. You know, to save our friendship. It's like when you move in with your best friend who's your roommate, and then you realize, yo, this ain't really we ain't good as roommates. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so to save the friendship, let me jet. Now, fam, as far as what you were saying, as far as, you know, how many times is that being disloyal? I think is after you give 1 or 2 joints, like, yo, bro, you gotta chill. Like, if you don't chill, we gotta let you go. Because then when I don't chill, that's me now. I always tell people, I've never fired anybody in my life. People fire themselves. So nobody could ever be like, yo, Kill, man, because at my last job, I supervised 25 people. And, oh, man, Kill, you fucked up. You be firing people. I ain't never fired nobody in my life. They fired themselves. I told them, like, yo, here's your written warning. Here's your verbal warning. Here's your written warning. Here's your week with suspension without pay. If you still fucking up after you lost a week's worth of pay, nigga, you don't want to be here. You quit personally. And when you show it to people like that, I would tell niggas, please show me the person who did something wrong and I just fired them. Never. It always came with that process. Well, one time I did, my man had a gun in the car. So I'm like, nigga, I gotta fire you because we a peace agency and nigga, you riding around with a fucking 9. You know what I mean? But other than that, here's the process. So I didn't fire anybody. People fired themselves. So what you would be doing, fam, is giving me an opportunity to change my behavior. The same way any job would. You know, bro, you coming in here late every time. Like, bro, we said you got to be here at 9:15. That's the grace period. You're coming in at 9:30. Okay, cool. I got it. That was your verbal warning. 2 weeks later, yo, you late again, bro. Here's your rate. Like, after that point, that person has let themselves go off the show.
Yeah, I think you get to a point really where it's you got to pick, right? So it's either listen, these are the confines of what we working in, right? There are things here that we establish, like you can't say this, you can't say that, and you know that, right? But there's all.
And fam, I be trying not to curse in the first 10 minutes. I know Cal said that. I know. And
I ain't even know we supposed to do that, bro. My bad.
That ain't
right. So I know I be messing up, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even care about that part, right? For me, there were things that happened in the very original iteration of Where's Buffy where we used to wild out. Me and Diz specifically.
Reminds me of wild out.
Yeah, completely wild out where we saw it and one or two people were like, yo, y'all kind of be.
Yo, that shit was, but hold up, that shit was early as fuck though, yo.
Correct.
It was very early in podcast history and shit. Like, they had none of these rules about like monetization. It wasn't even a possibility to monetize the shit. It was like we just talk shit. But go ahead. But
then as you look at things, you saw podcasting start to grow and you saw possibilities and people were hitting us and we were getting interviews and XYZ. And it was like, all right, hold on. It's people from here and there hitting us and we're getting these possibilities. We have to kind of relax, right? We can't just hop on here, get drunk, and talk as wild as we would talk at our houses because
that was the show.
Niggas is listening now. We got to have something to say to them. And it was a point where we sat down like, all right, Diz, listen, all right, fam, listen, we can't say this and we can't say this. So we go with this.
Now here's the thing. You and Diz said that together.
Correct.
Okay. Because see, here's the thing. It's different when you yourself see it versus when me and Rim saw it and had to come to you. It's like it's a difference when it's like alcohol, the moment of clarity. You know, like y'all had your own moment of clarity versus me and him having to be like, yo,
that's that intervention. That intervention moment.
Exactly.
Q, you spun an 88. Are you familiar with artists by the name of E Major? E Major from Baltimore.
I don't really remember that name.
Couple of records or whatever, but E Major is one of the homies, and E Major stopped by. It was New Year's Eve. I never forget it. And he had moved to Cali, but he was still listening to the show, and he came to do the show. We were sitting there kicking it or whatever, and then we do the show and we press record. And once we stop record, me and him sitting there kicking it. He's like, yo, y'all say such and such a lot, man. And I was like, is that noticeable? And then that's when I was like, hey, yo, Diz, E Major was like XYZ. I never even really thought about it. And then Mafford said something maybe. And so we knew at this point we were wilding. Like, you know what I'm saying? When folks that make rap music and say all sorts of things be like, hey.
Yeah, when MOP tells y'all like, yo, y'all kind of over, y'all line stepping. It's like, nigga, that's a hit and a half. Like,
when the buck up niggas tell you to relax.
That's Alex Jones telling I can't support that. Like,
did you mean to say that? Like he trying to clean them up and shit. Like, yo, come on, nigga.
You went way too far. Alex Jones can't stand next to you.
What he said, $900 million or something. He got hit with some crazy shit.
Like, that nigga moved all his money offshore. Said, I'm broke, baby.
You got no money. The government said I can smell a nigga with some money. Nigga. Hey, listen, it's wild. It's very wild. 43 minutes into the recording.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and start the show. Yeah, it's the Where's Buffy podcast where we're built for comfort
and not for speed. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year's. You know what I'm saying?
With the S on it.
With the S on it. You feel me?
I like
we made it. We made it, baby. We made it. Nobody caught those strays and nothing like that. We good.
I like to refer to that as the nigga S. We put that on Giants. We go down like niggas put S on everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, that nigga S has been the point. It's like the L in salmon. Niggas are paying for this. Not that niggas.
Nah, you ain't. Come on, son. No. I ain't conforming, yo. I'm salmon. I'm hitting them with the salmon. Let me get a salmon. But go ahead.
I don't know that. I feel like that L in salmon when niggas come with extra spice on it. Salmon.
Salmon.
Hey, man, I am IlFam790, your social media choice, aka the Aunt Anderson of podcasting, aka Captain Bro, Bano, Brew Diamond Phillips, Sticky the Dragon Steamboat, Pod Sham Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Pipe in the podcast, True Bubblegum, and I'm all out of Dentine. Nice to see your love daddy at WFAM, where family always matters, and my tag team partner.
It's a new year, like I said, it's a new year, new me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all just this goddamn Black Fabio shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm at the cookout. You feel me? Juke, waft. Other side is Fahrenheit. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the cool water in case something go crazy down below. You feel me? I'm ready for the night. Then I'm going to the club. You feel me? Taking a picture in the wicker chair. You know what I'm saying? With your auntie. we doing something smooth later on. You feel me? That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. You can't say that.
Brock be blending honeys like Shadow Henderson.
You know what I'm saying? Rambo.
Hey, Rem, talk to him, babe.
Hey, man, it's your boy Remy, a.k.a. the Trill Trainer. Hate the fake Roberts, you know what I mean? Trilly Blanks, the real trainer out here doing this thing, man. Just trying to get people to put the bullshit down and pick up some weights and do right by their body. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight.
I'm getting brolic, my nigga. Yo, you help me out, yo.
Yo, I really see you doing your thing on them rings, man. I'm proud of you, B.
All right, man. And coming in from,
I'm still waiting for y'all to do the ghostwrite in my intro because that's all I got. I wish I had y'all be flowing like y'all like EPMD Run DMC with this shit, man.
Hey, man, all right, hold on. Where you from? Where you from? Broad
Philly, man. Philly. Yeah. You gotta say something about the beard, man.
28th and Dolphin, nigga. I don't know. You mean? Red
and pepper beard.
I just say this, yo. Y'all gotta go to Delisandro's, get y'all a nice chicken cheesesteak joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody keep telling me about that spot, man. Delisandro's. It's a spot out here though, low key, called the Philadelphia Tavern. It's a lady that I trained. She from Philly. She told me about Delisandro's. And she told me to go out there to get a cheesesteak, and I went and hit that joint. That shit was me. I seen you eat it. Actually, that's why I went there, because I saw you eating that cheesesteak, and that shit.
We need a Where's Buffy day trip to Philly, man. I tell you,
I'm gonna tell you though, I'm not putting cheese whiz on my shit, bro. I tried that once. And I was like, oh no.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I found out I'm the only nigga in Philly who obviously get whiz. Everybody like, nigga, you eat whiz? Like, nigga.
Yeah, that's how my client is. She's like, you got to try it with the cheese whiz. I tried that shit. I was like, that's safe for me.
Hey, Kill, I'll go, but can I wear my hat?
Yeah, you wear
the Dallas one?
Yeah.
You good? You with me, nigga. You good money.
Oh, all right.
Nigga, you in Philly, nigga. You might not want
we ain't going to the link. I ain't say we going to the Eagles game. I ain't say that.
I was about to say.
Shit, there's a police district in the fucking link for how
that was the first jail. That was the first jail. They used to lock niggas up for throwing ice balls at Santa Claus. That's not a made up story.
Yeah, I ain't saying we going to the link, nigga. I said we just in Philly. We ain't going to the link.
Hey, man, about maybe 4 years ago, it wasn't that. It was maybe 2-3 years ago. My family packs up and it's end of the summer. We hadn't done anything. And we wanted to do one little last thing, you know what I'm saying, before we get back to, to school in the summer. And we like, let's go do a little overnight trip to Philly. We get there, we do this, do that. Couple little things. I had a buddy there. Shout out to Stat Guy Greg. Met him for dinner with him and his lady, and had a great time. We leaving Philly, and we passing the link. I'm driving. My wife looks over at the stadium, goes, I said, baby, that's why I love you right there. That's why I love you right there. That's why we married. God dang it. That is listen, I'm cool with Philly until football season. You know what I mean? After football season, man. I can't wait for WrestleMania.
It's all good, baby. It's all good, man.
Absolutely, man. We've been having a really, really good conversation about loyalty and like kind of it's all like a personal investment thing, right? So earlier this week, we started to have a conversation. I think Brother Keeler brought it up about if you really, because of course a lot of folks got to talking about this De La Soul thing, and that you know what I mean, we get finally March 3rd, you know what I'm saying, or as I like to call it, Earl Vember.
Yo, you good, yo. You really good, yo. I ain't mean to stop your flow. Go ahead, keep going.
But we hear about their music is coming, so it's going to DSPs. I'm getting emails about records getting released. And Brother Kill, you had an interesting take on folks that are caping online for a lot of these artists and their music. What was you saying, man?
Well, my thing was this, because everybody was like, "Kill, yo, Daylight was on streaming, it's finally here," and I'm like, "Nigga, y'all don't own Daylight shit." And again, I know for me, I may be a minority because I've been buying music since 1984, like dead ass. I've been buying music for 38 years, and I understand that everybody doesn't do that. My only thing is that every day I see something about Daylight, somebody, you know, capping for Daylight and my favorite group, they this, they that. And I'm like, if they're your favorite group, how do you not own your favorite group's music? You know, and it kind of, you know, started to stir because niggas like, yo, you know, I don't do that. I'm like, yo, I'm not saying for everybody, but if somebody is your favorite group, you know what I mean? How don't you own their music? And niggas was like, oh, well, you know, I had my CD booklet in my car, my shit got stolen. And I said, bro, I totally understand. I think more niggas than any lost their CDs in the back of their whip. But you did get a new whip, right? Okay, cool. So I ain't saying you had to replace every CD, but if Tribe is your favorite group ever and your car got stolen in 1995, in the last 25 years, you ain't never think, let me buy Midnight Marauders again? Because that's how you support the groups. But it got me thinking, what's really a definition of a fan? And if you're a fan of an artist, I guess, what do you owe that artist? Do you owe them anything? You know, maybe
I just think it's about consumption, Kill. Like the way we consume music different now. So if Daylight, I don't know. I ain't gonna sit here and cap like I'm the biggest Daylight fan, but if we don't, I don't know if that shit wasn't on streaming platforms. But if it wasn't, because I actually, that's a lie. My joint from them is a shopping bags, they tear down no more, and I got that on a streaming platform. So I know I could get that, but regardless, if a nigga couldn't get their albums off of that and they could only get the CDs, then they probably wouldn't have it.
Yo, but let me say this to you, yo. It's also like, yeah, there is a faction of like, okay, you should be still paying for this music to figure it out because that proves your fandom or whatever, right? But there was a time where like the Napster period, the LimeWire period and shit, where, you know, you got more stringent laws in streaming and shit too. And if like it's certain songs that I never revisited or never tried to find again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe I don't really fuck with that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole bunch of songs or albums and shit that have the whole discography of certain people and made it through like all these periods of streaming and digital properties. Not just, you know what I mean? Not just buying it, but like digital properties and shit. Like if that shit fall off, like I know it's a whole bunch of like Clue mixtapes and random shit that you're like, damn, I ain't heard that in a long time and shit. But the shit that you fuck with, you gonna figure out a way to get that across all of your digital platforms and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
I mean, I know with Daylight, it was something with Tommy Boy. It was something with the record label that it wouldn't come through. So, you know, for me, it was just like I said, if you had 500 CDs in your CD booklet and they got stolen, do I expect you to replace all 500? Hell no. You know what I mean? You may just be pissed enough to say, I ain't buying shit ever again. Y'all got me like that, I'm out. But if
I gotta get my King Just CD back, yo.
You need that King Just, man. That hey ya ho John, man. You need that, you know. King Just, right? Yeah, I'm thinking King Just, King Son back in the
King
90s.
Just, right? You got it.
All right. But if Tribe is your favorite group ever, you know what I'm saying? And again, maybe it's just me. I gotta replace that Tribe. I got to get Midnight back.
Yeah. Right. Well, let me ask you this though, because we've all been. We've moved houses, like you said with the car. Here's the problem. What if you lost your CD book 3 years ago, right? You heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn, you know what I mean? That question mark asylum CD, that goddamn nonce. You know, like those CDs that you can't, you know what I mean?
Right, you can't get it.
Got the Smiles and South Star and shit.
Oh yeah, I just had the South Star EP.
Whoa. Hey, no, what was that single, bro? What the fuck was that?
Oh,
the joint that was on.
some shit, whatever.
Yeah, the singing. I remember that in A. Marie.
That shit remind me of the shit in what is it? Is the movie Bamboozled?
The one with Damon Wayans and Jada Pinkett?
No.
Big Black and the chairman of the mailman.
And they had like the black and the white the black and white group or whatever.
Yes, that was
you talking about Brown
Mouse. The Mouse. Oh, you talking about the Hoe Is Mine, the hip hop down.
Yeah, you talking about hip hop down.
Oh, hip hop down Maces. Yeah. What was that? Malibu's Most Wanted?
The Hoe Is Mine. That was Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah, that's Jamie. Was that Jamie? No, that was that was the black movie. It was the other movie with the with Tay Diggs. Brown Sugar. Yeah.
I was like,
but I feel on that 1 point on that though, bro. Like 2 points really. One, when I was young, I really fucked with Drag On. I don't know why. Don't ask.
He was nice.
But he was
Drag On. Yo, I saw a freestyle from Drag On about a year ago. That
he was in the car.
Now he's bonkers. He's crazy. But go back and listen to that shit from back then. Nigga. Like that shit wasn't hitting on that, man. Like,
relax. He was already for times and shit. He just used.
I'm gonna give you that because I'm admitting that I was a big fan of his back then. But listening to it now, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? But anyway, I wouldn't go get none of them albums now because that shit was like trash. You know what I'm saying? So maybe. Well, it can't be that because those people said that they are checking for the De La album now, and that was my point with Drag. Like, if he drops something now, I might go listen to it because I'm actually impressed with the music now, as compared to back then. So music is fickle, bro.
Yeah, and again, that's why it was just like, and again, like I said, I know I'm the minority. I moved 5 times. Y'all can see a quarter of what I got behind me. There's records in every fucking closet in this house, so I know I'm the minority. But I'm just like, if it's your favorite group, and again, like fam, if you lost the CD booklet 2-3 years ago, I got it. But the first thing I did before I even tweeted anything was I said, let me go on eBay just to even see how much 3 Feet High and De La Is Dead on CD is going for. Nigga, it ain't that bad. $30.
CDs.
Yeah,
CDs. I look for vinyl.
Oh, what was vinyl?
I kill a nigga for it. Shout out to Lord Vader, right? The only De La album I didn't buy the day it dropped is my favorite De La album, funny enough. Stakes Is High. Now, you know what I mean? Me and Lord Vader was in summer school together. He let me, hold the joint. Thanks for holding the brother down. And really that kind of guided the kind of hip hop I've been into really ever since. But I think looking for Stakes Is High on vinyl over the last 3-4 years is infuriating because you can't, niggas want a Ridak. Like niggas like, nah, give me $300. What? I have Stakes Is High on my phone. You know what I mean? Because shout out to De La. What they did is when things got nasty, they dropped their whole catalog. Right? They dropped their whole catalog online for the love. I said, download. Thank you. I appreciate it. And so I got it. But when I started collecting vinyl, I was like, oh, I need the grind date. And the grind date was comparable. You know what I'm saying? Because that was after the contract. So you can buy, you can listen to Grind Date and the Anonymous Nobody on streaming right now. But trying to go get 3 Feet High and goddamn De La Soul Is Dead and Bionics. No.
I mean, yeah, now that's on vinyl. But again, and it may be just something like this. It's like, yo, and again, wow, just thinking about that seems kind of fucked up. I was going to say, like, I'm an Eagles fan. I've never been to the Link, though, just because tickets cost so much fucking money. You know what I mean? And I with my fibromyalgia, I can't stand up. I'm not trying to be at the top of the stadium. But there's somebody out there who may be like, yo, you ain't a real Eagles fan if you ain't never been to the Link before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you ain't a real Eagles fan. So, again, I see it, but that's why I was saying it could be a good conversation because, again, somebody else may be like, yo, I don't give a fuck about that. But I will say, and again, it just goes back to the way that people cat for people online. Like, niggas always know, like, I'm always saying, Black Thought don't rhyme about shit and everything like that. And niggas was always coming at me. And I said, you know what, y'all, this what we gonna do. This what we gonna
Elizabeth, this is the big one. God damn.
I said, this what we gonna do. This My Roots collection right here. Okay? Right. All 5 copies of Things Fall Apart. All 5 different covers. all the shit. Organics, their first joint. Fucking the Roots from the Ground Up, the EP they let out in London.
That nigga probably bought half them direct. Like, hey,
don't
Yeah.
I tell niggas, don't say shit to me unless you can show me something like this. Because if you can't,
that nigga just held up 15 random CDs.
That nigga held up. That nigga held up 20 albums for a group that has 8.
That shit is.
I got the Bucharest version. This the acapellas. This only Dice Raw on this one. It's only Dice Raw on this album.
That nigga got the Roots featuring Philly's Most Wanted. That nigga got all kinds of shit, man.
But Rozelle beatboxed the whole album. Ain't no beat.
Yo, the funny thing is, but the thing is, and what I was telling niggas like, yo, if you cat for thought that much, I don't expect you to own all this, but nigga, you gotta at least show me Do You Want More, Illadelph, and fucking Things Fall Apart. Like if you really capping for thought, like this your motherfucking man, then why don't you want to support your man? You know what I mean? And we even talked about that one time on Apartment 5B Twitter Spaces about what does support mean. How do you support artists nowadays? You know what I mean? And it's one of those things we say, Brock.
Concerts.
Tweets.
You go out to
concerts.
Tweets.
I think it's multiple ways. There, clicks, listens. You know, just talking about it. No,
I wouldn't say listens. Listens ain't.
That's not support. Streaming doesn't give you a check.
But see, here's the thing. You know what? That's a great point, Remy. Because here's the thing. One of my peoples hit me and was like, "Yo, Kill, man, I'm streaming you and your man. God, who was it? Fucking James. James Spit Flames. You and I'm pumping y'all album every day. You should be getting that streaming paper." And I said, "Bro, we don't get any money from streaming. Like it's like pennies on the stream." I said, "If you really want to support us, just go out to our Bandcamp page and buy it." And he was like, "Cool, Kill. I didn't know." And that's why we did this forum on how to support people, because I don't think a lot of people just don't really know how. Like when I was the first person in my crew to get married, I got married at 26, and niggas was like, "Yo, we coming to the wedding, we got you a toaster." And I was like, "Nigga, I don't want a fucking toaster. The fuck is you talking about?" Like, and they was like, "Nigga, I ain't never been to a wedding before. On TV, niggas bring toasters." And I was like, "Nah, nigga, that ain't how it works. You know, the fucking plate was $50. If you bring a date, then you give $100." And they was like, "Oh, we didn't know." You know what I mean? But if I didn't explain it to them, I would have had a whole bunch of toasters and fucking microwaves.
But is it fair to say, and there's no knock on what you did in music or doing in music, but is it fair to say that your record, how do I say this politely? Like,
you don't have to, bro.
I'm more or less thinking of like, if you were to tell that to a huge artist who's getting checks from streaming.
Well, see,
do you think that they would? Do you think that they? But let me ask my question. Do you think that they would say, "Nah, don't support me that way"? They getting a check from that. Do you think that they would say, "Don't do that"?
But here's the thing: it's not even just about whether you're an indie artist or. I think Pharrell said something like he only made like 1,500 or something crazy from Happy. Now we all know that song Happy was everywhere. That was in the movie. That was in Beats by Dre commercials. So to say that he only walked away with like $2,000 for over 1 million streams of Happy, nobody gets paid from streaming like that, which is why the artists hate it. Raphael Sadiq was saying streaming was like literally waking up the next morning and all your shit is free. Like that's why so many artists are against it. He said, imagine if Ralph Lauren just woke up one day and you could just go in anywhere and just pick up Polo and just put it on and walk out. That's what streaming is for the artists. Because here's the thing, you pay $9.99 for Apple Music and you can listen to everything. Why would somebody buy your album then? Because your album costs $9.99.
But it's artists who don't play it like that.
But shout out to Snoop Dogg.
It's right. It's artists who will say, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want, because that's the problem. Like, even in your comment back to me, you say they don't make money like that. It's the like that part that I got a problem with. If you don't want me to support you, not you personally, but an artist, if they don't want me to support them from streaming, then it's like, don't put your shit on streaming.
So
you know what I mean? Then show me the way that I gotta support you.
Well,
I think that's the thing. But that's why I was saying that's the gift and curse, and that's why we had the conversation to say, if you want. And the first thing I always tell people is, if you like it. If you don't like my album, if you listen to it and you say, "Kill, I don't really like this shit," don't retweet it, don't buy it. I don't want anybody buying anything that they don't like. But if you do fuck with it, just give me a retweet. That's a great way to support. Just give me a retweet. But here's the thing. People don't understand the power of a retweet. There was a missing kid in Philly, and I retweeted it. One of my people from Cali was like, Kill, I saw the thing. I would retweet it, but I'm out here in Cali. And I said, but bro, you're
niggas be in Cali.
I said, bro, but your 500 followers, some of them may be in Philly. He's like, oh, shit. I didn't even think about that. So that's why it's like, to me, it's just a lot of things is like, because people want to support. Back in the day, it was simple. You want to go support the Roots? Buy the CD. I'm going to go to Sam Goody. I'm going to buy the CD. Whereas now, there's so many ways. Again, you know, you really have to make a cognitive effort to support an artist now. Because, again, you have everybody's music for free for $9.99 a month. I mean, when you really think about it, that's crazy that I can listen to every album in the world for $9.99 a month.
No, I'm happy about that.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying at the end of the day, yes, I'm happy about that shit as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they've made so many convoluted ways of how you support an artist and how they should view that support.
Right.
Going out to actually see them these days is probably the ultimate, you know, like thing that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really, the ultimate is the merch. The merch is the ultimate.
Buying merch.
Yeah.
The merch is the ultimate because even when you buy the ticket. The ticket has to go.
They got to break down. Yeah, Ticketmaster.
It has to go through different things. So Conway says it. Conway said he made $500,000 off of merch every time a new Griselda joint dropped. So, but to me, the thing is because there's so many different ways. Back in the day, it was simple. You want to support, buy the CD.
Yeah, I am
now it's more complicated.
I am a self-proclaimed music snob, right? And what contributed to that snobbery is that when we start copping CDs, I was a record store nigga, and I got it from my pops because my pops used to do it. Like, you remember, you know what I mean, when on Mo Better Blues, the second Mo Better Blues reference today, when that nigga was in the store, he was buying them long CD cases. That was my pops at that time, right? And I became that same guy. I was the kid with the Jan Sport and the big Kobe headphones, and let me get, you know what I mean, going Circuit City, Best Buy, Kemp Mill, Maxi Wack, all these spots. And I'm a first. So when niggas is out here buying bootlegs and getting most of their music from mixtapes, I'm like, you niggas complain about music incessantly. And so do I, but I vote. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to these ballads every Tuesday.
That's a great way to put it, fam.
You know what I'm saying? And so when streaming came around and streaming became the prime method of people consuming music, it took that argument away from me. Because everybody pay their $9.99 a month now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no difference. The only difference is more of that coin is going into Apple or Tidal or Spotify. Right. The thing is that business is really still somewhat in its infancy. They still trying to figure it out. Because like Raphael said, Sadiq said, all of a sudden it was over. All of them them royalty checks, they shrunk. And they're still trying to figure out how to pivot because music really doesn't have a lot of value now.
But here's the crazy thing, fam. They don't even have to pivot. Here's the thing. The record industry was never set up fairly for the artists. Ever. From the beginning, it was never set up fair. So they can talk all day about pivoting and we'll give you 5 cents instead of 1 cent. But the moral to the story is, and it's always about what you do. It's almost like, Brock, if you was a chef and they had it where you just paid $29.99 a month in the DMV and you go to any restaurant and eat for free and you a chef, you're going to be pissed, my nigga. You're going to be pissed that you out here making fucking lobsters and all this crazy fly shit and niggas they eating and then they just getting up and leaving. And you only get like 5%.
That's the power of a system because the system in your example, the system would make all the chefs believe that you gotta buy into the $29.99 shit instead of just opening your own fucking restaurant and charging people what you want to come. Like, so if all the artists getting raped, and we all just say, you know what, fuck this, man. We're pulling all our music off this shit. Then what we paying $9.99 for?
Let me ask you a question.
Can you ask 5 black niggas to get together and agree on
Yes.
Never happen. I agree.
Let me ask how many people here have heard the Black Star?
I have.
The album? Oh,
the album that came
I boycott until Lil Kweli, so I don't listen to this shit. But
yo,
I just heard about dude, man. I didn't realize he was out there wilding like that.
No, that ain't why he's saying that, yo. That ain't why he's saying that.
Okay. My bad.
He got a personal experience with that brother.
Yeah, fuck that nigga.
I was like, man, that's one of my favorite rappers. Goddamn.
It used to be one of mine too.
Oh, you
That's
didn't
why
meet
it'd
him.
be like, when you meet your idols, you be like, these niggas bitches,
Yo,
man.
Rim, you know what? I'll tell you this, bro, and I always tell people this. From doing 889 from freaking 93 to 2000, all the rappers I thought would be cool as shit was assholes, and all the rappers I thought was gonna be assholes was cool as shit.
Was cool as shit. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you. I probably know that Black Star album. I knew that motherfucker by the Reflection Eternal album by heart. I still, even though I hate this nigga, I still put his song on my story the other day. You know what I mean? Just because I love the song so much. Memories live. But that song is fucking beautiful.
That shit sound like you did that reluctantly. That shit hurt your heart.
Yeah, like what I went through with bro, like, cause y'all know me, man. Like I'm big on manhood. When I see you do some like straight just sucker shit, I can't support nothing you do, bro. Like I can't. You know what I'm saying? And that was like I never expected that for him. Yeah, it's another conversation for another day. But he's a sucker. I don't respect him at all.
I forgot who it was. I want to say it was the dude who does the Boondocks, Aaron McGrew. Somebody was with me up at 889 once, and he was like, you know, Kill, here's the funny thing. You be thinking these peace rappers is good niggas. Nigga, they just regular niggas. You know what I mean? Like, you be thinking
that was my joint too, bro.
Just because they, you know, they got
get by.
Oh, he hurt. He hurt.
It hurt me to my heart.
That shit fucked your whole.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. It's so bad on the Black Star album. I'll put the joint on and just listen to most.
Yo, you gotta get out your feelings, yo. You gotta get out your feelings, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm about to say, you might as well just not even listen, man. That's too much work, man.
Yeah, you gotta get out your feelings.
But you know what? I feel you, bro, because I tried watching Questlove podcast the other day, and this nigga will never shut the fuck up. I just get to a point that I just mute this nigga. If I see Quest talking, it's just on mute. And then I'm like, oh,
that's so funny you say that, bro. I'm the same way with that nigga from My Expert Opinion. What's his name, bro? The old nigga. No, not Matt, the old nigga. Man, this nigga get the heat. And the last joint with Troy Ave, he on the joint. Man, I be crying every night. I said, get this nigga off the fucking stream, bro.
Is that the nigga that got into it with
that nigga. I would see the song that nigga, man. That nigga be irritating me, bro. All the time. I'm like, oh, shut your ass up, man.
Yeah. Every episode, Quest be interviewing himself. Like the shorty ass, this nigga Quest answered. I said, nigga.
Yo, I watched the shit with what's some niggas called Dungeon Family and shit. I'm like, niggas.
Noise. Yeah, bro. I need to stop talking. It took me 5 different tries to get through that episode because it would literally be like, yo, so how was it having your dad and Brick, Sleepy? Hey, did you know that the time that Prince wrote this for the dad? And it's like, nigga.
Please can't bring up Prince or Soul Train on that show.
Bro, you can't bring up anything because Quest is interviewing himself every single time. So, but my bad. You was talking about Black Star. You were saying that any of us hear the album.
But no, that's they're the first folks that I remember who stood up to be like, no, I'm not giving my music away to you know what I'm saying, in this system where you are really almost demonetizing music. You are taking all the value away. I'm going to sell it direct, but you got to jump through this hoop and that hoop. And
you talking about the with the luminary shit?
Yes, and you had to grab the luminary, and niggas was like, I'm not doing all that.
I'm gonna tell you this. Go ahead.
But I think they were the first person, and I think that's always going to be the reaction to the first person. You know what I'm saying? The second person was Snoop. Now people are paying attention because Snoop did his slow roll. We watched him go to Def Jam and learn. Then we watched him buy Death Row's rights, and then he said, "You know all this music that y'all love me for? Get it off of there."
Hold up though. Let me say this: Jay-Z did that before anybody. Jay-Z pulled all of his music
off of everybody else's and put it on his own
for his own and shit. Now it's back on everything.
Well, here's the thing that I think we also got to understand too. there's levels to this shit. Jay can do shit like that because Jay has the Jehovah's Witnesses that will fucking walk to fucking Junior's, buy cheesecake, and walk back to fucking Brooklyn.
I'm just saying he did it.
Jay.
I'm just saying that the business model exists. The
model exists, but can you afford to do it? Jay don't need no money off of his.
But I don't think Jay did. I think Jay just funneled all the money to his specific.
I mean, that's essentially what.
But they were like, you come buy it from us direct.
All right, but let me give you this example. Like I said, you know, who got the money or whatever. Have you ever heard of La Russell?
Little Russell?
No, Love Russell, the new rapper.
It's a Bay Area artist. He's doing all this stuff right now, and he's doing like similar, like it's like a hybrid of what Nipsey was doing with the Proud to Pay shit.
Yeah, Slim he's killing the game.
He's killing the game, and he's releasing this shit on his own. Yeah. His own, like it's not a streaming service, but it's more like he's making it exclusive before it goes to the streaming services and shit. And he's really tapped in with his. I mean, just check him out if you get a chance and shit. Like, he's doing a lot.
He's been on the LA Leaguers. He do a lot. And he nice as fuck. But honestly, that's why
it's more about. Go ahead. Like, I really look at like what he's doing business wise. Right. You know, anything. But he's dope though too. But go ahead. Yeah. I agree with both of them statements, but that's what I love about Troy Ave. Say what you like about the rest. The hustle is what I respect. Like, it's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to keep getting raped by or complain. That's my thing. Oh shit! I'm so sorry, Brian. I mean that. Pardon. Yeah, pardon. Hopefully you could bleep that out if you put it on YouTube. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm speaking candidly, like it's just you and me. But you know, when artists complain about that, like it's like if you're not going to do nothing about it, then why are you complaining? Either get out the game or figure out another way. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think the situation is the hustle can be there, but besides that hustle, you need that money. So again, when we talk. I had a shorty come to my teen center once and was talking all great things. I love Nipsey Hussle. God bless the dead. Love Jay. And it was like, yo, you could be Nipsey Hussle. And I'm like, shorty, you do know Nipsey Hussle was a fucking crip. You do know this nigga sold drugs. You do know Jay-Z sold drugs. Like, I tell niggas all the time, if Sean Carter works at UPS in 1995, we don't hear Reasonable Doubt. Has all that same talent, can rap just as great, but you ain't paying for D&D on no USPS salary. You ain't paying for Ski Beats and DJ Premier and Clark Kent beats on a fucking UPS salary. So the thing is, and again, I don't know this young brother from Oakland. Prayerfully, he's not in the streets, but let's keep it a buck. The majority of these rappers come from some type of drug money behind them. So
that's the whole. I mean, not to make it all about him and shit, but that's the nature of his message. He's actually like he's a really positive rapper and shit. And
but it don't mean that drug money ain't behind it.
So then go find a drug dealer.
But
that's what I would say.
But is that good business? Is that good business?
Hell no, bro. I'm just fucking.
I know what you're saying, but that's what I mean. Like, and it kind of hit me one day when I was watching West Side Gun interview, and he was like, "Yo, you know, I ain't never really want to rap, but you know, I was in jail, and then I got out, and I was hustling, and Benny was rapping, and Conway was rapping, and I was just I was getting the money, and then Benny got locked up, and Conway got shot, and I had all this studio shit lined up, so I had to rap." And it really hit me like from all these years, and y'all call me stupid or naive or whatever. And it's like for years, I just thought like, yo, if we just make dope music, people will listen. People will buy it. If I just make dope enough music, like I felt like a little kid at 42, like just realizing like there's no Wizard of Oz. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to that fucking money. And it comes down to money that most people don't have because at the end of the day, nigga, I worked in radio for fucking 9 years. Trust me, payola is a very real thing. You want your music played on a college radio station? I'm sure I'm past the statute of limitations. I got paid, nigga. And if I was getting paid at 889, I know they was getting paid at Hot 97. They getting paid across the country. Even now, you want to get your music on Two Dope Boys, you better know somebody. I have $1,000. And there's only so many $1,000 you can give to every blog every time you got a new album that's coming out or a new single that's coming out or to get an interview.
Shit, nigga, you want to get your music on World Star.
Let me say
exactly. So you got, even when me and my man tried to start a t-shirt company, we thought we was doing something big with $2,000. He was like, I got my G, let's go. By the time we printed up the shirts, gave some to some people to fucking wear, it was like, yo, you gotta have a rack of money in this game to play, which is why people back in our day went to record labels, because they was nothing but a bank. The record label was nothing but a loan shark. And that's what everybody needed. Tribe needed a loan shark. De La needed a loan shark. Gangstar needed a loan shark, because it wasn't about the talent. We need 500K to put out this album. We need the machine to market us and do all these different things for us. So it's hard for a person like me who works at a nonprofit, and my man over here who may be an accountant, to try to drop an album and be able to financially compete with somebody who got drug dealer money behind it. Right. I can't compete.
Let me say this one last thing. You know what I'm saying? Not to put smut on my man name and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely no drug dealer behind this nigga and shit. I watched this nigga from day one and shit. Just try your best to check the nigga out and shit.
No, I will check the nigga out.
Hold on.
Q-Tip is super positive. There was drug money behind Quest.
That's not what I'm saying. Okay. Let me land the plane. Let me say this. The nigga is throwing parties and concerts in his backyard. He's setting it up all organic and shit. He's showing you build the pergola and shit, and it's a whole system that he's running that's really unique than any other person right now. It's not just about him rapping positive and shit. It's the business model that he's got that I haven't seen before ever in hip hop and shit. Where though, like everything that I can possibly do on a record label, like because right now we have access to everything. The record consumer, he got video cameras, he's got his own little radio situation and shit. But people fuck with him and they supporting him, and he's translating that into dollars. Now he's not going to be somebody that you're going to see on a major label anytime soon or whatever. But the nigga is making a lot of money and has an organic following. That's all I'm saying.
No. I feel you. I just know from a lot of people. I know a lot of drug dealers, and I know a lot of drug dealers who jumpstart a lot of shit. Yeah. So when niggas be like, yo, man, just start your own food truck. Nigga, it ain't that simple. Like, nigga, just open your own goddamn gym. Nigga. That's like, can I just like go buy a house tomorrow? Go buy your Benz tomorrow. Like, I mean, no, it's not that simple. Who have funded that shit. And again, it don't have to be drug money. It could be NBA money. It could be Major League Baseball money. It could be football money. It could be a whole bunch of things, but you need somebody who has disposable income, who can give you, here's 50K, and I don't need that shit back no time soon.
But even without the 50K, couldn't you look at it like a numbers game? So like if you get the label, right, and you say the label's the bank gonna put you in a position where you could reach hundreds of millions of people, right? But if you took it independent and you sold your own CD for $5 and the actual music was good, like it was quality music, and you recouping all of that, I would argue that a lot of these independent artists might be making more money than the majors because their profit margins are larger.
But here's the thing.
You mean somebody on the majors. Right?
But
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'll
somebody
give you
on
a
the
great
majors.
example of what the best thing could do happen back in the 90s with the hieroglyphics, with Souls of Mischief and them. Most of the times in the 90s, niggas was trying to sign you to a 5-album deal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got the 5-album deal. You know what I mean? What was great about Souls of Mischief, they first 2 albums dropped on Jive, and then they got dropped. But the beautiful thing is from those 2 albums on Jive with that worldwide market appeal, they was able to go indie. Because now, and really people don't talk about it, Hieroglyphics was some of the first people to really get on this internet wave with selling their own music online and things like that. So like you said, Rim, that's actually the perfect thing. If you could get on a major, get the whole world to know your name, and then get dropped, and now I can do it myself. Because now they know my name. The hard part is it's hard for me to get somebody in Africa it's hard for me to get somebody in North Carolina to know, a Kill production or something like that. You know what I mean? Because
that's terminal velocity. You went so fast that the major can't stop you now because you got what you could use them for. That's what Nip did essentially. If you look at it,
again, Nip had some illegal money behind him.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So again, and that's the hard part. And when Wes said that, it just made sense. Like, yo, it really isn't about. Think of how dope Where's Buffy is. y'all have always been one of my favorite podcasts.
We need to find a drug dealer, yo.
Huh?
Yeah, we need a drug dealer, bro.
But
so anybody in the chat,
we need some illegal money, yo.
Yeah.
Who out there? Fuck with us. We ain't YSL, yo. We ain't YSL. We ain't
like, nah.
We out here chilling, man. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. What I'm just saying is that, you know, I was looking at podcasts the other day, and I was looking at like all the successful hip hop podcasts, and it was crazy because I'm like, all these niggas are all rappers. Mm-hmm. They already had their audience. Mm-hmm. Joe Buttons, Math Alpha, Questlove, Nori, like Joe Buttons, like all these niggas, Talib's podcast, like Fat Joe when IG was pop when it was all COVID. In fact, I know, but you know, Fat Joe was on IG. But again, it's because they already got their own audience. Like, yo, I don't know what our streaming numbers are or our views on YouTube, but they need to be more because the content is dope.
But hold up. Let me say this though. It's all about what you focus on too, because at the same time, there are a lot of hip hop podcasts that don't involve people that are rapping. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I meant by that, Brock, was people folks, like that have Spotify.
They leverage.
That they're on a platform that is paying platforms.
The successful, like really big names, if they aren't rappers themselves, they are leveraging some sort of celebrity.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, like, but. What I'm arguing at is like there are podcasts with the same numbers, but those people only speak of those numbers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yeah, I'm number 5, I'm number this. But what is that podcast with the alopecia nigga and shit? They interviewed nigga got alopecia and shit, but he they interviewed like Faison. They interviewed
yo, look at all the faces right now. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to think of who I watched. Like he popular?
It's 2 people. They popular. They're very popular. They don't rap at all. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they had Spider Loco in there when he was talking about somebody else, like whatever. I send it to y'all another day or whatever. But them niggas got big numbers, and it's a lot of other people that I can name if I get my time or whatever. That it's not just about that. I just think that they focus on that because they are all in the same little network of people and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's just anything in life to me is all about the goal. So if your goal is to get Where's Buffy to where all of us can quit our day jobs and we just get a check off for doing this, and where can the indie podcast get to that point? You know what I mean?
Case in point, DJ Academics.
Okay,
he's not a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how he got on the Complex, but he was on. Complex.
He got on.
Like,
he got on
Complex, nigga, you could quit your job tomorrow, Brock.
What's that?
I said if we were on Complex, you could quit your job tomorrow. You're good.
I don't think that's where he's getting his money from, though. Like that was
but he leveraged that.
He leveraged that celebrity,
but he had to get there. He had to get there and be recognized, and then he used
Chicago Deaf and all that to he leveraged that to get there.
I'm just saying. I'm just speaking to the point of like it only been people that have rapped before that are killing the game and shit. Speaking about hip hop and stuff like that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, does Academics have his own podcast now?
Adam 22.
Yeah, Adam 22.
Adam 22 is the new
DJ Vlad.
He's the new Vlad. Vlad leverages.
I'm just saying it's all about. That's why I was saying like it's all about what you're focusing on. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing for me. I'm always questioning
because I just found out Questlove had a podcast yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know
that. I'm always questioning. How did a white boy and Vlad? Where did the startup money come? Because here's the other thing with white folk. Here's the difference, and I ain't saying nothing bad about white folk, but y'all got money. Y'all got daddies who will be like, oh, you want to start a podcast? Here's $100,000. Go start a podcast. So all I'm saying is you need money behind you, whether that's daddy's money, whether that's fucking Marlowe's money, whether that's fucking Kevin Durant's money. You need money behind you. I had an intern at 889. He was going to school, white kid. He said, yo, Dad, I want to start a record label. Dad wrote him a check right there. Start an indie record label.
Damn.
Just that easy. My dad know I've been making beats since fucking 1991. This nigga ain't wrote me a check yet. So
nigga ain't even blew the bag, yo. Nigga ain't even blew the bag, yo.
And then here's the wild part. Nigga forgot all about me. I'm the nigga who taught him how to make beats, brought him up to 889, had him interning and everything, man. Forgot all about good old Kill. So, Rim, right back what you was talking about with loyalty. I'm like, yo, where's the loyalty, my nigga?
Right.
Like, nigga, I'm the one who showed you the ASR 10. I'm the nigga who let you intern up here with niggas like, you gonna let this white boy up here and intern? I'm like, yeah, let him come through. And now you get your record label, and now I can't get a beat. Nigga, I taught you how to make beats, and now I can't get a beat. So I'm with you on that loyalty, Remy, because I'm like,
that's why I vet all the motherfuckers around me, because you do some shit like that, you out for life, bro. I can't ever fuck with you again. Like, that's
talked to that nigga since. Right. But I mean, but again, it is just that somehow, some way, and I just would love to learn. I would love to hear, but you never get the real story. You know what I mean? You get the story of Taraji Henson. Oh, I just moved to Hollywood and I just tried to audition and I got hired, and it just went like that. I got like 8, 6, 7, 8 homegirls out in LA trying to get on right now. That shit ain't that fucking easy. Now, I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan, but I appreciate his honesty of his struggle. Of nigga, I was broke. Nigga, I had to live in my car. Nigga, I had to do this. I had to do all these shit with my credit cards and do these plays to get where I'm at. And then that allows people to sit back and say, damn, my nigga, do I want to go through all that? Because what happens is most people just want to be Beyonce. They don't want to do the 7 days, 12-hour rehearsals, 7 days a week shit. They just want to be on stage. So again, when people, I want to know people's real stories. Like, did Vlad just say, hey man, I just called up, I just tweeted at fucking Jay-Z and he decided to come on and then I just found off.
Vlad was a failed producer. He used to produce records and he wasn't good.
And he was a DJ, and then he got all that money because Rick Ross and them like broke his eye socket.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. So, fam, you have to take one for the team, man. I need you to try to like rob West Side Gun or something and let that nigga pistol whip you, and then we can get the money. And where's Buffy is off the fucking races. But there you go, right there, Brock. So
Kill wants to be on. Kill wants to be on the Where's Buffy Memorial Park. I ran it.
That nigga fan was a real nigga, man.
But Brock, thank you right there. Like you said, Vlad got his money because he sued Rick Ross. There you go. Well, then we need to sue somebody.
Low key, I feel like we need to caveat this to tell any like 16-year-olds that may be checking this out. Don't go sell drugs to get on. Don't go kill no nigga to go.
What you do is you go to your job and you slip. You know what I'm saying? You slip. And
you gotta do the thing like on the first season of The Wire when the cop was trying to retire and he's like, "Yo, I got to fall down these steps so I can get my pension." That's what we gotta
do. Who gonna fall down the steps? So where's Buffy, yo?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Because really, that's really the moral of the whole story is you just need that bag behind you. You need that bag behind you if you were a subpar rapper. But I'm gonna tell you, bag behind you if you are an amazing rapper.
We were on to something when you asked the question of, yo, but how many people? You said you can't get 5 black people to get together to do nothing, right? To me, Jay had one of the best lines ever when he said, "Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches." The problem is we don't live by that shit. So, like, people in my circle, ain't nobody gonna fall. Because if I see one of my homies not having, I'm going to give it to him. Knowing that when I didn't have, they're going to give it to me. And that's how we keep this thing going. But we don't do that shit, bro. Or one nigga will get it, and then he gone. And
but
he
you
don't
know,
never
the problem
reach back
is,
to help out.
It's like you said, all these artists would have to get together. And see, the problem is, like you said, the key word in Jay's thing is in my circle. Everyone is each other's crowd. See, now all 4 of us don't know each other. We just all random rappers. And it's like, yo, we don't fuck with this streaming shit. Yo, we should all get together and put our money together. It's like, well, I don't really know fam like that to be giving, putting up a G. And Remy don't know Brock like that. And nobody knows nigga Kill. He ain't even from Maryland. This nigga, and then that's all the questions.
Nigga sound like Slaughterhouse, yo. Nigga sound like Slaughterhouse.
But that's why none of those super groups never worked to me. Because they never worked because they got 4 different managers. They operate 4 different ways, and it sounds good and it looks good. But to do that, the first thing we got to do is let go of our ego. We got to let go of our ego.
Dame, Jay Prince, the niggas tried to come together and do like a union for artists. And I said when it happened, I'm like, yo, this will never work because you got too many big egos involved. Niggas is not going to be willing to sit their personal shit to the side for the betterment of everyone. Because we can't see that far. But honestly speaking, I feel like that's how you said your man's father just dropped the bag on. See, they see further. They look for the longer play. Like, yo, all right, cool. I'm going to put, like you said, it took you 40-something years to figure out, I got to put this money behind this, and then I could take off with it. we catch that game when we like 60, man. You know what I'm saying? It's way too late. Niggas out they prime. And then even then, you still don't do it for your youngins. Not you personally, but people don't do it for their youngins. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that we learn that. Like, yo, if we could stick together for real, even if you do it on a small level, you know, in hopes that it'll eventually branch out. But you got friends that can't fucking get it right. You know what I'm saying? We acting like Congress in this motherfucker.
And you know, the thing is too, the thing, Rim, that you brought up too about loyalty. Loyalty for a lot of people sounds good until shit hits the fan, positive and negative. Loyalty sounds good until you in a fucking cop car. Loyalty sounds good. Loyalty sounds good until there's a fucking big ass $1 million check in front of you. And it's like you can split this 4 ways, or you can keep the whole million. So that's the hard part. Like that's where the loyalty really, because it's easy to be loyal to each other when niggas is broke. You know, you need 20, here's 20, you need that, I got you, oh, I got your meal. But when it's that, yo, you know, Spotify is with fam, like, yo, I got $1 million on you. You really want to split this between Remy, Kill, Brock, Math, Inges, or you can take this $1 million for yourself, or it gets funny when we all together, we do some ill shit, and I'm the one who's locked up. It's like, well, Kill, look, we get you probation if you drop the dime on all your people. So that's the hard part with loyalty.
I mean, that's the thing about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you never know somebody's disloyal until they disloyal. Right? You really can't gauge like, yo, that's a disloyal nigga, unless you gauging him from the outside.
Yeah, you know and it's funny you say that, Brock, because one time I got into some shit and 2 of my niggas got locked up, and me and my man who got out, we was worried. I was like, yo, such and such, he a rock, he ain't gonna bend, but I don't know about this other nigga. Like, we was like shit. We was like, I don't know about this other nigga. He could be one of them niggas like, hey, come on out, y'all. They caught us. Like, no, nigga, they caught you. They caught you.
He said he was in the interrogation room with a 4-piece.
Right.
Any nigga eating in the interrogation room can't be trusted. If you eating, I don't trust you, nigga.
It's funny how you said that, Brock, because like, you know, one of them niggas I was like, nah, he good. He a rock. Like, what everybody say about Weebay? Nah, he a rock. I don't know about that other nigga though. You know what I mean? That nigga may get the tell. So like you said, you don't know if you disloyal, you know, until it happens.
The flip side of that though, you don't know if a nigga loyal until that happened too.
Shit hit the
You know what I mean?
So,
but I do think there it's just like in relationships or whatever the fuck. I think they're telltale. Like for instance, I watch how niggas talk about situations that don't involve them, right? Personally. So like if you would agree with some bullshit that another nigga did, I watch for that. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool to you? Cool. So then I don't want to fuck with you because I know you'll do that shit to me. You know what I mean? Like I have you spoke on this before, but I have a big problem with dudes that cheat on their girls. My reason for that is she's sleeping with you. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't gonna be loyal to her, I ain't got a shot in the world. You know what I mean? Like so,
I ain't never doing that shit. I ain't never doing that. That shit. There's some dynamics involved in that.
The one thing I'll say about that is
it's your wife. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, you a grimy dirtbag.
I just said girl, but that's what I meant. Like, Like I mean, you made a real commitment to.
I see what you're saying,
I'm a good guy, yo, and I didn't cheat on somebody before and shit.
I did too of myself, but not her.
I mean, but and that's the thing, and that's the reason why I kind of on that when I can't go there, just because I know dudes. I was at the bar once with my man. His wife called, like, yo, you know, flat tire, whatever. He was like, well, call AAA, and hung up. And I was like, damn. Yo, I said, nigga, yo, go take care of your wife. This nigga, if I called this nigga right now and I said, yo, man, I got beef. We need to drive to Atlanta and handle something. That nigga be outside my door in a minute. He just, I don't think a lot of men in our minds are really trained to be loyal to our women the way we are to our niggas. So that's
or he don't love her like that.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot like Brock just said, I cheat on everybody I've been with except my wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think I'm a wonderful dude. You know what I mean?
But did you think you were a wonderful dude then?
What you say? I think I was a wonderful dude to my friends because the way I was raised was fuck these hoes. Like, I'm just being honest with you. That's what my OGs taught me. Like, yo, don't be loyal. Be loyal to your niggas. Fuck these chicks. Just fuck them and keep it moving. So I'm not blaming them, but those were the seeds that were planted in me. And then they got watered throughout time. And then the harvest was just, okay, you know.
At what age is that not acceptable anymore? At what age to you? At what age is that? At what age is that not acceptable? Is there an age?
I don't think it's an age. No, I think it's when
not an age. It's just if you fucking marry somebody and make a commitment under you're really doing it under God. You know what I'm saying? Even if you believe in God or not or whatever, you hitting the Bible and saying your little thing and shit. You know what I mean? So, and you going to the courthouse.
Right.
You a shitty business partner at this point too. You're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole lot of shit. But I mean, we talk about a verbal commitment. I would say like it depends on how, in my opinion, how long the relationship lasts and what y'all got, what kind of equity y'all got in a relationship and shit. But if I tell some girl, you know, I'm with her and it's like
that's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying,
I ain't talking about that.
It's gonna progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect that. I'm saying like real live commitment. Like your man and his girl, they got 3 kids together. They doing their thing, and he going home acting like it's all good the whole time.
He made a commitment with some kids. Like nigga, that's even further than goddamn going to the courthouse.
That's a sucker.
I think the discrepancy here is kind of what Kill was saying is a relationship isn't the same set of conditions for everybody that are in them, right?
Yes.
So
what you mean by that? Break that down for me. I understand.
What I mean by that is some folks got completely open relationships. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people get what they call hall passes for real. Everybody.
But would that be cheating?
No, it's but this is so cheating is really normally defined by the person who gets cheated on, right?
I don't know. I say cheating is doing anything that you don't tell your partner about. That they should know that you don't want them to know.
So if you buy a pair of sneakers and your old lady don't know about it, that's cheating.
Nah, but do she need to know? Like it depends. If you got a problem with money and you done told her, you know what, babe, we saving for this house. I ain't buying no more shoes. And then you go out and buy some Jordans. To me, that's not like cheating, but it's dishonest. It's not. I don't respect that. Yeah, you just a lying ass nigga.
But hold up.
What if the Nike box just show up at the house?
But hold up though, yo. Like that's a real thing that you said. And I don't want you to go away from that point, yo. Like it's like what the person that's been cheated on defines as cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because like. I mean, whatever. I ain't about to make your point for you and shit, but I just agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, all right, for instance, let's say your girl, in her mind, it's unacceptable for you, and I hate to talk this relationship stuff, to tell you the truth. However, because it's a million podcast niggas that do this. But I'll say this: if your old lady don't like you kikiing with other chicks, don't like you conversing, and you know this. And so you've entered into a situation where even just talking to other ladies outside of your relationship, as extreme as that may seem, if she says that's unacceptable and you were in the situation where she said, look, I don't deal with this, and you say, okay, and you in it with her, you was cheating, right? So it's the
sliding scale, brother.
Correct, because you can't say what if you got one of them as long as he come home to me type chicks who's probably outside kind of getting busy themselves, then it's not cheating in either. So it's really tough to kind of to specifically say, oh, that nigga's a filthy dirtbag because he's a cheater, because we don't know their arrangement. So it's none of my business.
I don't know. For me,
I'll say this. One of my side hustles is relationship coaching. I've been doing it for 14 years now. This one shorty asked me like, yo, Kill, why do men cheat? I was like, you got all kinds of shit. You got some men who just cheat just because that shit is a sport. Like, you know, it just is. Shit is a sport. Number 2, you got some men, and I don't even want to say just men. I'll say why people cheat. 2, you have people who cheat because something is missing in the marriage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting this. Maybe I told it, like Fam said, I don't know. Only because I'm a coach do I know that, oh, you've told him numerous times you wanted this. He never gave it to you. But from the outside looking in, you would never know. And then just to be really, really 100% honest, man, most people aren't happy in their marriages. A lot of people are just in marriages because there's no way out. Maybe he makes more money, and if I leave, then I'm gonna be back living with my mom. Or if I always tell people, if black folk got respirations, I guarantee you the divorce rate is going out the fucking roof. If every black person got 100K, nigga, divorce attorneys are gonna be fucking. It's gonna be like the pandemic with funeral homes. You ain't gonna be enough room because it's gonna be like, I got 100K. I could leave this nigga now. I could leave this woman. So that's the other problem. So I see what you're saying, but I just know from being able to be on the insides of a lot of different things, like, yo, niggas it's rough out here, you know, and because I know dudes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kel.
I was gonna say because I know dudes who I know would give everything for me. But a lot of times is, and when you ask what age, I don't know if it's an age or just when you have another man that you respect that kind of helps you understand why your marriage is sacred. Everything, Brock, that you just said, marriage is supposed to be sacred. The problem is most times when people get married, they don't know nothing about no sacredness. Yeah, they have it in the church because that's where they supposed to have it in the church. Yeah, we did it before God because that's where y'all told me to. Nigga, if it was up to me, we could have done shit in my backyard. Like, so again, a lot of people aren't even there. So when you say what age, I more so look at it, when does somebody tell you like that this is a sacred union? Like, bro, the way that you love me, you gotta love your wife 100 times like that. The way you loyal to me, you gotta be loyal to your woman 100 times what you are to me. So I told my man, like, bro, get the fuck up and go help your wife, Shane. Nah, nigga, we got triple X. Nigga, go help your wife. He's like, fuck.
I'm assuming that all of us in here in our 40s, I'm not, that's just too fucking old for me, bro. If you ain't figured that out by now, I don't even need to be around you because I don't know what you would do to me. Like, that's dangerous.
Here's the wild part. But the thing is that I know my guy has my back because if there's one thing, like I said, just for me, I can only speak for me in Philly. My OGs taught me, be loyal to your dudes, fuck these hoes. So I've been, the seeds that were planted in me and watered all these years have harvested me being the loyal, good person I am because that's that's the seeds that were planted in me. At the flip, the seeds that were planted in me was fuck these hoes. You see what I'm saying? So
we gotta teach that it's fuck these hoes. We ain't marrying the hoes.
Right. But here's the thing. When you got weeds in your grass, you got to dig them up, right? You got to get them out before it affects the rest of the grass. That's why I'm saying until you got a man who can come in and help you pull up them weeds.
Right.
It's really not an age thing. It's like, well, I got my house. When my grass gonna be green? Like, I can't give you a time. It's gotta be, well, when are we gonna take the time to go in there and really dig shit up and get, put down a fresh foundation. And that's all it was for me. Going to church was like, damn, I guess I gotta be committed. I gotta learn about commitment, or when my mentors would tell me, man, stop fucking around, man. Be a man, grow the fuck up. And the problem is enough of us as black men don't do that for each other. I joke all the time, man, because I'm a big, I like college coaches. You know what I mean? Like, how somebody may be like, I'm a Cleveland fan, but I really like LeBron and they just follow LeBron. I love UConn. You know what I mean? That year they beat Duke. And, Calhoun was my favorite coach. When he left, I was like, fuck, where I'm going to go now? I was like, oh, man, you know what? Fuck it. I go over here to Kansas. I went to Villanova. Then Jay Wright left. Niggas like, so my friends always joke with me like, nigga, you ain't loyal to shit. I'm like, y'all would give me more shit about being loyal to a basketball team than if I was cheating on Tanya. If I told y'all I was cheating on T, y'all be like, all right, well, who the new bitch? Let me see a picture.
That's a fair point.
You see what I'm saying? But if I jump from Villanova to UConn, nigga, I'm Satan. These niggas like, oh, we ain't even inviting you to the crib no more for no fucking basketball games. We don't know who you root for. But and these are niggas who are in their 40s. So just like you see that somebody who, and these are good dudes, man. These are good dudes. But I understand that for some of us, we were just raised that that's not a relationship that should be, that's holy. That's not a relationship.
But just to be clear, I'm not,
as you do to your friends.
I'm not saying that, like, when I make that statement, it's about me, not about them. So it's my safety valve. This is how I protect. I'm not willing to take the risk. Is what I'm saying.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga could be a perfectly stand up 100% dude. I'll never know because I won't even gamble the dice because I see what you do there. So these things is how I protect myself, not necessarily like whether that nigga is that or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I have to make these assessments. That's how I survive life. I'm like, do I want to get involved in that? The look of it from the outside looking in tell me that there's the opportunity for that to go left because you're already doing it for sure in this arena. You know what I mean?
We talk about a lot of times dudes and just people in general having like a code, right? You know what I mean? Man's got to have a code, Omar and all that. The problem is these codes are normally proprietary. There's something of your own creation, right? And so they're not going to be it's not going to be all encompassing because there's always going to be a curveball, right? And that's the problem with living strictly by like one code is that there's going to be a situation to make you break your code in everybody's situation. So it's either going to be a point where you either break your code or you have to remove yourself from something, right?
Okay, I
and
see what you're saying.
there's going to be a point in life where either your code that you live by or and the life you're living aren't going to run, you know what I'm saying, parallel. They're going to intersect eventually, and there's going to be some sort of conflict, and the conflict becomes: do you break your code and hate yourself, or I'm sorry, do you break your own code, you know what I'm saying, and hate the person that you made that or that made you break your code, or do you not break your code and hate yourself for leaving somebody by the wayside? I think it's a really tough situation to kind of get into when you're talking about kind of
I don't think I would ever hate myself for breaking my code. Like, break that down with me. Like, if I make the code, I would never be mad at me for sticking to it.
What I'm saying is, if you hurt yourself by like say you in love with a chick, but you know what I'm saying, I would never. And this is a completely
hypothetical.
Like, yeah. I love my lady, but I would never mess with a chick with gold teeth. And she come to the house with gold teeth. Now you got to make a decision. Are you going to stick with Manny Fresh, or are you going? Are you going to lay down? Are you going to lay next to Trick Daddy Dollars every night?
How long you been doing the show with this man?
Yo,
Rock, how long?
This nigga wildin'.
It's been a minute, man.
This nigga said Manny Fresh, man.
This nigga said Trick Daddy Dollars, though.
You gotta either have to stick to your code or lay down with T.
Gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him, man.
Yeah, that's extreme, my nigga. But I ain't fucking with Trick Daddy. I'm sorry.
You know what the crazy thing is too? Through all this, it really about just the whole thing about business. It's like I just wish more people would learn how to do business, you know, from it. Because when we look at all the hip hop groups that broke up, you know, and fam, I know you're a big Little Brother fan. Little Brother broke up, you know, and Fonte was like, oh, well, Knife was giving away the Little Brother sound and, you know, all of this and everything like that. It's kind of just like, it's so weird because I would think by the time Little Brother got here, it's kind of like, yo, the producer is 9 times out of 10 gonna make more money than all you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's to where I heard what happened with Pete. It'd be like CL was chilling because he got his half of the Electra money, but then Pete is out here remixing everybody's shit every 5 minutes. You know, and it's like, okay, Pete just pulled up in a brand new Lex. Pete just brought this. Pete just brought that. Damn, CL. Now his niggas like, yo, what's good with you? You know what I mean? And at
the same time, like when do we like chastise like haters and shit though? You know what I'm saying?
You said what happened?
Like you do chastise a nigga being a hater and shit.
But it's hard because if you out here and you think, well, dang, if I never wrote the song about goddamn Trouble T. Roy, it's an amazing beat, one of the greatest beats ever made. But Troy doesn't exist. And that's one of the, you know what I'm saying? So you feel like you have some input in that success when he goes off without you, and the nigga ain't like, well, if you throwing Public Enemy a remix and you throwing, you know what I'm saying? Can I get what's up with me and Chuck doing the joint? Like, what's up with them coming back and working with us to push some light on me too? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's a situation where we're a team and you can go out by yourself and you see me falling by the wayside while you out here, then it is a situation where if you it's easy to say or be the guy down on his luck, like, well, why cuz ain't looking out for me? Why main man ain't looking out for me? Why homeboy ain't looking out for, you know what I'm saying? So it is, yo is out here. Why aren't we the ladder for each other?
And the thing is, Brock, sometimes it may not be hate. If you and Fam are a group and Fam the rapper and you the producer and me and Remy watching, like, yo, you pushing in the core, this nigga Fam got a Benz, a Range Rover, new Acura.
But see, hold up. I mean, even on that situation, like, I think that's a part of loyalty as well. Like I'm not entitled to anything that like, because I mean this is given this person worked hard enough for what they got and shit. And if somebody else is giving them benefits and things like that, no matter what y'all say, because I mean, like I didn't live through situations like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be like, yo, if somebody come to me like, where your shit at? Blah blah blah. Like, nah, yo, like that man worked for that. You know what I'm saying? And as long as my situation with him is solid, if because I'm not the type of person that's gonna ask you for a whole bunch of shit that I ain't like. I'm not asking for shit that I ain't worked for.
Right.
You know
but
I
think the thing is this, Brock. How old are you now?
41.
You 41. Keep in mind, these niggas was 18, 19, 20.
What are you talking about?
Pete, CL, Gangstar,
yeah.
any of the groups that we was in love with that broke up, these are kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when it's like Pete and CL Smooth and we a group, Gangstar, I mean, Guru told me once, he said, yo, it's fucked up. Primo can go out here and produce for anybody, but I got to get permission from my record label to just be a guest on somebody else's album. You know what I mean? So again, not saying it's right, but this is why it's like business is so important to take care of in the forefront. You know?
Oh, yeah, I agree with that 100%.
It's one of those things. And again, they didn't know that.
I would never feel entitled by like what that person has. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but what Fan made was a great point, because I heard Guru would say that to Primo, like, yo, you doing these songs with Jay-Z and Nas. Can we get them on a Gangstar album?
Right.
Like, can you bring something like exactly what Fam said? Can you come? And maybe Primo's like, nigga, I can't, like, I'm just work for hire. I'm a contractor. Like, you know, I can't, I'll see if they'll be on the album, but you know, I heard group
be with me the whole time and shit. Like it ain't somebody can be with me the whole time and it can be a fair and equitable situation and shit, but you just never blow or you just never see any fruits of all the alley-oops I give you and shit like that. Are you then gonna say, oh yeah, well, like you said, your example, like your man's and them saying, like, yo, why you ain't got this, why you ain't got that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I just cut, in my personal opinion,
right.
I just cut it down the board and shit. Like I'm responsible for what I bring to the table and what I negotiate initially as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
And
I think Kill got it right though. I think Kill got it right. The problem is if you look at it, Primo has done, you know what I mean, just to stick with the Gangstar, Primo is responsible for classic songs from the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at the top. There's from Jay to Nas to it's Drake has a Primo. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You just dropped the joint.
Right. Ahead. So, but we're at a point here where, like, I mean, you know, Guru's no longer, you know, around, got arrested dead and all that, but we weren't getting we were seeing a bunch of the MOP features we saw. I mean, I'm sorry, the features we saw on Gangstar was MOP, Fred Fox, the same niggas, the same D&D niggas, Fat Joe, all them niggas. We weren't getting those. Like it's like a nigga. We got a thing going on, right? And we're working towards something, and then you get successful outside of the thing we're working on. It becomes a point where you say, all right, so are we done here? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you aren't willing to use what you're trying to do to push what it is that we're doing, and I don't have your resources, but I work hard, it's like, well, I'm giving 100% of what I got, but you aren't, obviously, because you're not going to bring in those big name folks you are. It's like we're not working the same. So then it's like a contribution thing, right? We're like, yes, you come in with the beats and I come in with my rhymes and I'm doing everything I can do possible. It's not as much as you can do. I can see where a lot of times a nigga could get salty.
And again, I think Gangstar is a good example, because the thing is that they were one of the few groups that we do Gangstar. All right, we on break. Preem, you go produce for everybody. I'm gonna go do me a Jazz Taz. And okay, now we gonna come back together. But like Fam said, I'm thinking about it now. It's like, yo, why didn't we ever get a Biggie verse on a Gangstar album? Why didn't we ever get a Nas verse on a Gangstar album?
Let me give y'all another example. This is an even more blown out, crazier example, right? Okay. Why don't you have the people that CeeLo Green has collaborated with on Goody Mob?
Well, for a long time they had beef. It was on some old one.
I didn't see them just sit down plenty of times. What I'm saying is that, like, in some points in time, like, you eat what you kill. And at the same time, we together, I'm gonna still come back and fulfill my obligations with what we built and shit. But some of this shit don't fit with what we doing and shit. How can you limit that person who is like?
Oh, you mean as far as CeeLo Green going off doing his own?
Yeah, thing? Doing his own thing and shit like that. Like it's not like he's bringing back, you know.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Hey,
I mean, I think
if you put me on the album as a monkey instead of me on the out front of the album cover,
I was just about to say that one monkey don't start no show.
Never see it.
No. What happens is, you know what?
They still doing as Goody Mob, and they still doing things as Goody Mob now. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, they had an issue or whatever.
I'll say this, Rock.
Like, it wasn't like that initially.
I think the thing is that when these groups form, again, just like in this room right now, 4 different personalities. Very rarely do you get, maybe De La Soul, all 3 of them, they got the same personality, and that's why they still here. Maybe that's why the Locks are still here, because all 3 of them got the same love and loyalty personality. But the majority of all the groups that we've had over our years in hip hop, they ain't here no more. Possibly because, and here's the thing, just because I feel some kind of way doesn't mean it's right.
Correct.
If I'm CL and I'm like, damn, man, yo, Pete got all this, I get it. He's working, he's doing his remixes. I don't got nothing to do with it, but it's like, fuck, yo, my label won't let me go do nothing with nobody else. I can't get no money. Would you just say, Brock, the shows, right? I can't go on this tour right now because Pete over here, fam, little brother, wasn't that they beef? That Knife didn't want to go on a tour. You see what I mean? Same thing with Slum Village. Dilla didn't want to go on tour. So now you feel some kind of way because it's like, nigga, yo, I need you to go on this tour with me. And Dilla and Knife, like, nah, we just homebodies. We just want to stay at home and make beats.
Yo, check this out. Damn, please remember this, yo. I just want to say this real quick and shit.
Go ahead.
If this shit blow the fuck up and shit, and one of you niggas say, I don't want to go on tour, on a podcast tour and shit, we going anyway. What you talking about? We're going to have a nigga with a long beard on, look like Kale and shit, put his hat down and shit. And we gonna dub the nigga voice.
This nigga weekend at Bernie's, nigga. He gonna be in the
and we
right.
We got some money for you, shit, nigga. But handle your shit over there, nigga.
Listen,
if you mad, nigga, come back when you ready.
All I'm saying is, Brock, if I can't make it to that date and y'all put a monkey in my spot, you gotta see me. You got. Look at this. Look at this.
Yo, you a cold nigga, yo. You a cold nigga.
Yo, they really had the
nigga, you should have showed up. You should have showed up, nigga.
Yo, can you put that back up, yo, please?
You should have showed up, nigga.
Yeah.
You should have showed up.
Oh, I need that fade, yo.
Man, yeah, no, that's a fade. I need that fade. I need that fade.
The bridge is over. They took a picture with you, said, well, nigga, one monkey.
I need that fade.
Hey, CeeLo can't make the album shoot. Somebody go get
Look at this nigga foot too, man. You can't put your foot like that in the photo. Like, come on, my G.
That nigga got the Mickey Mouse jazz hands, yo.
Yeah, dog.
Damn, yo, yo. All right, I get it.
Nah, but yo, I do want to say this, bro. This is why I think, just bringing it full circle, and I know there's gonna be a string of niggas may not agree with me. I'm just speaking on myself. This is what I think solves all that shit was the loyalty. So like the CL Smooth reference, right? If it's me, I'm Pete. If me and you, let me use Brock because I know this nigga from the Sandbox. We went to high school together, right? If me and him do a record label, a deal together, we are a group. He a DJ, I'm a DJ. He a rapper. The rap shit fall off and niggas ain't checking for us no more. But I'm still making beats. I'm getting money. I'm gonna figure out a way to get some money in his pocket based off of me.
Right.
Because of the loyalty. So he never got an opportunity to hate on me. Don't nobody around me hate on me that I know of. And if they do, they really hate us because I'm always giving out, you know what I'm saying, opportunity. Any opportunity I get.
Nigga, I hate you, bro. I hate you, bro. What you talking about? You ain't know it till now.
Nah, Remy, I feel you. I mean, bro, with the stuff I was doing with my man Ev on tour, I'm telling all my niggas, yo, get y'all shits ready, man. Like, yo, when shit pop, I want to be able to have people. But again, that's our personalities.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said
And one of the hardest things that you can try to do, especially trying to do marriage coaching, is trying to change somebody's personality to fit this other person's personality. You know, because again, through time, things change. You know, a lot of friendships fall off. At Morgan, all we needed to do was like hip hop and basketball and women, and we was best fucking friends. That's all we needed. Yeah, at 48, I need more than you to just like hip hop, basketball, and women. Like it grows, and sometimes you grow apart from people, and there's no beef. There are people who I've been spoken to in 5 years. There's no beef. I may text you, yo, you good, the family good, but we just going in our different directions. You know what I mean? But I just think that there are more people that just don't connect with that same mentality, which is why I said we have more. Why do we look at the locks like, yo, this is incredible? This group has been together. Y'all still friends. Y'all still this. We look at De La like that because that's not the norm. That's not the norm to have 3 guys from Yonkers who are still best friends or still who have worked through their problems. Again, it's not like they ain't probably had no beef and may have gone months to years without speaking, but no matter what happened, we worked it out. That's a certain mentality.
Also, their loyalty was tested, just like I was saying. Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When somebody you don't know, you know what I mean? Like all them people on that YSL trial, all the mafia people throughout history and shit. They was like, oh, this motherfucker's by a code, Costa Nostra, all that shit. They get saying like, yeah, that's him. Fuck that shit.
So you Gunna wrote in the rap, I would never turn on my brothers if police got it. Nigga.
Right.
That nigga said, he said, but his name was Gunna. Like, I'm gonna tell.
That nigga Act called that nigga Gunnatello. I said, God damn, bro.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest. This has been an amazing conversation. However, we had run over an hour over time, but I just didn't want to stop the combo. I appreciate all y'all for hopping on, man. Shout out to brother Math, brother Diz,
Word
you know
up.
what I'm saying, brother Cal. Sure. I am IlFam790, your social media choice, aka the Agile Podcasting, aka Captain Brew Albano. I am him. We are them, and y'all niggas out here looking like trim. IlFam79 on your social media. A choice. Brock, how can they get at you?
Broccoli_Balboa. I just released a little video, you know what I'm saying? Makuna Perrines. It's another one of those heavy hitters, you feel me? Like get you off those the honey packs and all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, just don't kill your heart, man. Try and get some pussy, man. Don't kill your heart, try and get some pussy, man. It's a lot of ways that you can reach me, but Broccoli_Balboa. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, where's Buffy, you know?
My man, where'sbuffy.com, at where'sbuffy on all social media. Brother Kill, how can they get at you?
You already know Kill 889, Twitter, IG, Apartment 5B. We here.
That's what's up, man. Check out Kill in the Twitter spaces. Check him out on the tweets. If you give him your opinion, understand he doesn't care.
I honestly don't give a flying fuck, man. I can kill us, man. But I'm always starting some shit, man. The timeline is always active over on my side of things, man. I literally have a notebook and I just keep up with all the shit I started this week. So, you know.
That's what that's just, hey, listen, just don't act like I ain't tell y'all. He gonna come for you. You know what I'm saying? But I love that album. I don't give a like. That's what he gonna say.
Like niggas love to be like, yo, I be like, I don't like tomatoes, or you ain't had my auntie's tomato. No, nigga, I just don't like tomatoes. I don't like gourmet. You don't have to send me no links. It's okay. I don't like them. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up, brother Rimrock Fit. How can folks get at you?
At M&E Fit Camp on everything, man. You know, just come check out some of the fitness game, get your life right, get the moving. It's a good thing, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, your boy was pop locking this shit earlier.
I did. I took it back to the dots, like you said.
Your man was pop locking.
I did.
Real turbo ozone type shit, my nigga.
That shit was smooth too, wasn't it?
Okay. Hold on. He was like, hey, what he was like is? He was like his here?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yes, nigga.
What's up, man?
Yo, did one of y'all send me that shit on Twitter?
I'm going on Twitter right after this.
Somebody sent me that about math. I was like, is that math?
Yo, we gonna have to get the Remy version too, yo. We got to Remy back out the motherfucking camera. pulled imaginary rope and shit, nigga. Yeah, he was nasty with that shit, nigga. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know this nigga Earl looking for that shit right now, but I can see the wheels turning in this nigga head. Like, I can't wait to find this motherfucker. Oh my god. Whoa.
Yo.
They got the tongue out and shit like a city girl. Well, mad me to be back on the show, yo. Fire this nigga up, yo. If he'll come on, yo.
What is that, man?
I got one last one from last night's episode of the Black Wrestling Podcast at Black Wrestling on all social media.
Look at this thought.
Wow, look at this nigga, man. This nigga was wilding. Oh man.
I had the Sherlin rug, Yogi on his back and shit, nigga.
Nick Flair. That's terrible, man.
That being said, on the way out, man, I'm gonna wish my man good luck tomorrow night on his fight as we get out of here, and he gonna tell us exactly how he carries it.
We don't talk. We do what we do.
We do.
We do.